Yo, this is Conan. You're listening to World of Wrestling podcast with Tax and Rich. Boom.
Do you want a more positive one this time?
No, it's fine.
I found myself going, hello, everybody. I'm like, that's not me. Come on. Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. Was that more positive this time?
Yeah, brilliant. Second take is always better.
My name is Rich, and as always, I'm joined by my good buddy, Tax Williams.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Right, we're doing MLW's Never Say Never today from 2017. But before we get started, you've got a little announcement to make, I'm aware?
I do, yeah. Because, sometimes when I do announcements on this show, it's really good. Like when I started doing commentary for OWE on Nothing Else on TV, when we announced OWE UK, and all of those have gone really well. But I'm confident this one might be...
You already broke me. That's good stuff. Yeah.
I'm confident this one might be quite good news because I have started working with 1310 Apparel,
Cool.
who are a pro wrestling clothing line, and they are going to allow our listeners and our friends and our families to enjoy a 10% discount on all of their products.
Nice, man.
Over at 13, the word 13, the number 10 apparel.com, and their big cartel. You can find them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Check them out. They are excellent. Just use the code TAX100 at checkout and get 10% off.
That's awesome, man.
I mean, it's good for us. It's good for the podcast. It's good for our listeners. And also, at the same time, make sure you buy one of our T-shirts from amazon.co.uk, not .com, because they've stopped selling it.
Yeah, bloody Americans. But no, this is the first time hearing about this. It's pretty cool, man. What kind of merch do they sell?
They've got T-shirts, snapbacks. So they've got Japan-style T-shirts, Lucha-style T-shirts,
Cool.
and obviously you've got the 1310 Apparel logo stuff. It's really good. They sponsor other athletes on the UK scene, so you've got sort of Big Wavy's a sponsored athlete.
Roy Johnson.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lana Austin's there as well.
Cool, man.
Maria May's signed up, as well as White Tiger has joined as well. So
Nice.
I'm on good company.
That's cool, man. So at this point, like when we do this sort of thing, we're meant to do a call to action, which is meant to be like, well, go support people and help them out and like get yourself some cool merchandise at the same time and get, what's that code again, Tax?
TAX100.
See, Blue Chew, we could do this. Give us some money. Give us some money.
Get your dick hard with my code TAX100. But also, before we get started today,
Fucking hell. Go on, yeah.
let's move on to some wrestling admin. So today, Wednesday the 2nd of October, when we're recording this is apparently the night the wrestling industry starts again.
This whole week has been a bit of a reset for everyone almost, you know?
Yeah, poor
So
Tom
we've had-
Phillips.
Which, he was the guy doing SmackDown.
Yeah.
And not doing any shows now, is he?
No, I assume he's going to be retained, but he's updated his Twitter profile to not have any mention of WWE on it other than he's Tom Phillips, WWE.
Oh, I thought he was quite good.
Tom Phillips was fantastic. I mean, Vic Joseph is very good. And like
Yeah.
anything in any professional sport now, you want to have a roster of commentators. So when Lawler has another heart attack or gets imprisoned for something, it's good they've got Saxton and Tom Phillips to call upon. But Vic Joseph, Dio Madden did an all right job for the opening Monday Night Raw.
I half watched it.
That's about as much you can do for Raw these days, isn't it, really?
I had it on. I stayed up to watch it. I'm a bit of an insomniac, as you very well know. So I stayed up and watched it. But I was also on a Discord channel, which is like a TeamSpeak thing on the internet. And you don't do gaming stuff, do you? So it's like a conference call, basically,
Okay.
with all my friends in America who are like not wrestling fans. And we spent most of our time going around Google World, like Street View and such, just finding bits of like Africa and North Korea and being like, look at these people. Oh, isn't this amazing? And finding weird monuments as we were watching Raw. So I caught most of it. Like, I find it interesting they finished Raw on a cuck sequence. I was a bit like,
Yeah.
that's an interesting angle to take, but it felt very ECW, Paul Heyman, let's throw loads of shit at the wall and shock everyone and make them talk about us. So you understand why.
All I can say is poor Rusev. Okay, you're going to have some
Yeah.
time off, are you? We're going to bring you back. Thanks for signing that new contract. Brilliant. What am I going to do, Vince? Well, have I got the storyline for you? I'm going to make your wife make out with Bobby Lashley and watch Baron Corbin and Randy Orton piss themselves laughing.
Yeah, the falling out of the chair and it breaking. I saw the little clip. That looked really funny. I missed that live.
Oh, brilliant.
But, Randy Orton's reaction was priceless. I love seeing people corpse. It's genuinely hilarious.
But tonight we've got NXT going against AEW Dynamite for their
gonna be
first show. Card is a bit underwhelming for AEW.
Dynamite?
Yeah.
I'm okay. I like the triple threat main event. Like, I'm a big fan of not LAX or whatever they're called now.
Yeah, Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm interested what they do with Omega. I think that's a really interesting story going on at the moment.
Well, that's the thing, because he is the jewel in the crown. And all the pay-per-views recently, yes, he's had good matches, but they haven't really built him to be like, I am the top star. And I assume the plan is, losing streak, then he's going to come good and then take the belt when ready.
Yeah, going to go a bit crazy, a bit maniacal, if you will. I think Kenny Omega needs an edge for an American audience.
Do you think he's coming back as the cleaner?
No. I think it's going to be a variation of that sort of character, but I don't think Kenny's the kind of person who wants to repeat an idea.
Yeah.
You know? And they seem to imply that by their YouTube videos, where you see him dump the specs in the bin and such. So we'll see.
Do you think we're going to get any surprises for night one?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think on both shows. I don't think NXT is going to have like any major debuts necessarily, but I definitely think they'll have a title change, like a solid main. I don't know what the card is at all.
I mean,
for
Riddle's
NXT.
walking out with the belt. Unfortunately, I think he's going to beat Adam Cole tonight.
Oh, is it Adam Cole versus Riddle?
Plus, Adam Cole's currently in a cast.
Oh.
So I think even if he wasn't going to, I mean, it might be just a small
Not
wrist
like
injury.
a Bob Orton cast, but a real.
I've smacked up my wrist cast.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't been working the NXT loop this week either, so he's just been doing angles in the ring.
Because in terms of like stars and characters, Cole has to be right up there for them. He's
And the Undisputed Era,
amazing.
they can build it around the nasty evil faction.
Sure.
But then is that their plan that Cole will be the only one without a belt and the rest do? I assume Velveteen Dream, as he lost the belt last couple of weeks, is going to be called up to main roster.
Maybe so, yeah.
Because I think
Feels like it might be time. Especially with Heyman or potentially Bischoff in control. More Heyman, please.
Yeah, I think a Heyman with Dream would be good.
Yeah.
Especially for Raw, if they're essentially going, right, Wednesday night in USA, we've got our wrestling show. Monday night, we've got our storyline and flamboyance.
Sounds good. Sounds like fun.
But ratings-wise, how do you think AW will do tonight?
I think it would do well. I think people will tune in just for the freak show element almost. It's something new. It's something different. Yeah. What will they pull out the bag? How will the production be? All that sort of stuff.
The production really interests me. The staging, how the camera work's going to be, the lighting. Obviously, they'll have pyro.
It's nice to see pyro back across the board, to be totally honest. Did you see the aerial shot from the arena with AEW setting up?
Yeah.
Did you see all the colours on the floor?
Really nice.
A bit like that promo, the package they did with all like, the Indian celebration where they throw pounded paint into the sky.
Yeah, or if you do like a colour run or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like something's going to happen with those colours. Like that's got purpose, like some sort of explosion element or something, or like some sort of colour code towards the ring, or I don't know what's going on. But it looked really interesting. So I'll definitely would, if I had to choose between one or the other. I mean, it's the modern world. We don't have to choose anymore. You can watch both. It's okay.
And if you've got dual monitors, you can watch both at the same time.
Exactly. I would be more focused on AEW.
Yeah.
Because I like NXT. I really like NXT as a product. But, I know what's coming. I don't really know what's coming with AEW at this point.
Yeah.
I did think about one feud particularly that I want to see in AEW.
Go on.
Luchasaurus MJF.
Oh my God.
I think that would just work really brilliantly.
Yeah, perfect for both, because MJF's already going to, out of all the people who are essentially on the undercard, and also most of them have now been signed from this show we're doing for MLW.
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So really.
MJF is the real standout newcomer to the, if you're not a fan of independent wrestling, MJF is going to be the big star.
Yeah.
He's going to be their top heel, and when him and Cody implode, that's going to be a phenomenal little run.
He's on this MLW show tonight that we're going to be talking about, and he's only 2 years into the business. His promo 2 years into the business is better than most people's 10, 15 years into the business.
Yeah, give this man a microphone, and it is absolute gold.
We could do MJF Tracy Smothers as well. That might blow my load, because that would just be fucking hilarious. They've got to sign Tracy Smothers, haven't they?
I don't know.
It would be so funny just to have him on the roster.
But the thing is, though, they're going for, this is our wrestling league. They're not going for jokes.
At the same time...
I mean, they've all got the librarians.
I find them funny. I don't care what anyone says. I love how bad it is. I think it's brilliant.
But for our UK listeners, obviously, the AEW Dynamite was originally going to be shown at 8:20 in the morning on Sunday.
Yeah, what is that about?
So,
who ever thought that like early morning pro wrestling for an adult product would work?
But have you seen, obviously, they've updated the times earlier today, which you obviously have commented on. So, and again, the problem is, in a world full of people who are going to go on the internet, yes, we want to be surprised, but are you going to now go through every single thing on Twitter? Because obviously you use social media a lot for work. I use the social media a lot for wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't think I can legitimately avoid social media for wrestling or my own job, my day job, without something being there to spoil it for me. And Tony Khan's excuse of, well, we can't do it live because of the adverts in the US and the UK. It's like, well, in that case, speak to Sky, because they've basically binned off WWE and go, How'd you do it, guys?
Yeah, sure.
It can't be difficult. And as you said in your tweet earlier, at Fanboy Rich,
yeah, thanks.
not
Tex Williams.
tax 100. Put it in anything and see if you get a discount. But basically, what can they possibly suddenly going, oh, we'd love to sell some advertising space at 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. What the fuck? My tweet basically went, what the fuck are ITV advertising at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday night, a Thursday morning, on ITV4 that's so important that they can't change their scheduling to suit a live product that will have thousands, like tens of thousands, extra people tune in to their channel at that time. It's like, it's ridiculous. They're not going to broadcast it live.
Considering that when TNA was on Challenge TV, which was a game show channel on Sky.
Was that live?
No.
Okay, go on.
But that still had higher ratings than every WWE product in the UK.
I think it's only a matter of time before kids in school, especially in the UK, refer to more AEW and less WWE.
Yeah, because that's what they did with TNA.
Yeah, that's what Will Power was saying, wasn't he? He's a primary school guy. It was definitely...
Outside of being the purveyor of flamboyance and fury.
Of course. Maybe I'm breaking kayfabe here. Sorry, Will. Anyway, I think with free-to-air TV, especially like ITV and stuff, not that there's really such a thing as free-to-air TV anymore, but you know what I mean. It's like the ITV hub, you can go online, you can watch it for free, and that's what I was hoping to be able to do. Like, I was watching the rugby at work today, so it's fine.
So I think ITV have made a mistake, and in all honesty, had they announced the fight deal first and then announced the free-to-view stuff, then I think UK fans would be in a case of, okay, well, it's on fight, we're going to get it if we don't want to pay our $5.
Yeah.
That's fine. But basically going, and I don't think it helped with Cody going, we've got a better deal than WWE has in the UK. If this is the deal WWE have in the UK, no wonder why they fucked off to BT Sport.
Yeah, true. Like, the deal seemed good to start with, but it's kind of got worse and worse. And it's been improved that they're going to be putting it out on a Thursday evening, is it? At like 7, 8:30 in the evening now? So the day after, like 20 hours after?
Yeah, so tea time in the UK, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're going to do...
It's not horrific.
They'll do it late night Friday night as well at 1:45 on a Friday night, so the people are coming home from the boozers.
But these are replays. They're not, and they're doing
the
real fans want to see.
A 1 hour highlight show on normal ITV.
That seems really weird to me.
Yeah.
What do you do? Cut the important bits like the promos and the storytelling and just do, high spot, high spot, high spot.
I think it would be cut the wrestling, do promo.
Yeah, maybe.
And also, I don't understand why people haven't understood the concept, the double meaning for the next pay-per-view, Full Gear. I don't understand why people are like, it's a shit name for a pay-per-view. Full Gear, it's gears. No, it's because fucking Pac turned up in full gear.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
Well, maybe if the joke has to be explained, then it's not clear enough.
No, it's people are stupid. As a man who's going to be turning out to Wrestling 4 in full gear, just in case I get booked for the Battle Royal again, I'll be doing commentary in full gear from this point forth.
Nicely done, man. So let's jump into today's episode. So we're doing MLW, or Major League Wrestling's Never Say Never. Okay, so I watched this on YouTube. Do you watch on YouTube?
I watched on YouTube as well, yep.
Good stuff. On the MLW channel, this was uploaded on the 13th of December 2017, 5 days after the event, which was the 7th of December 2017. It currently has over 100,000 views on YouTube. Pretty fucking impressive.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So if you are new to MLW, Major League Wrestling, this company was actually formed in 2002 in Philadelphia by former WWE writer Court Bauer. Basically, the promotion moved based to New York City and later Orlando in Florida. Yeah. They ran all their several live events, and they had a TV show named Underground TV, which I don't know if this information is right, but it was on something called the Sunshine Network.
That is right. Yeah, it's in Florida. It's a
local,
Florida state kind of like. Okay. What do they call it? We don't have it in the UK. So
local affiliate.
Sort of thing. It's like I don't know how to call it.
Regional programming.
There you go. That's a good way to put it.
So basically, originally it was described as sort of violent, hard-hitting, the most extreme thing you'll see on TV. Well, because ECW's not kicking around. But then that lasted 2 years until 2004, and they shut the doors because they couldn't have sponsors' money. They didn't do brilliantly. Bauer basically returned to promoting events in July 2017, so the year that this show appeared in, and started running a weekly TV show in April 2018 called MLW Fusion. And they also partnered with AAA. So we like those guys, because everyone doing AAA, we like them. And in November of this year, 2019, they are going to be doing their first ever pay-per-view called Saturday Night Super Fight.
That's the one. I watched an interview with Court Bauer on YouTube Court Bauer, about his kind of career leading up to that point, and they've also had a media call that I started to listen to but didn't get the whole way through. But it seems like it's they're really pushing boundaries at this point. There's lots of good stuff going on.
Yeah, I also like the fact that they had recently, earlier this year, signed Jim Cornette to do commentary and a bit of agent.
Yeah.
No, and he's long gone. But again, because obviously Cornette's gone to do more stuff with NWA, and we've also got Tony Schiavone now going off to work for AEW.
Mm-hmm.
So again, a bit of a transitional period in real time for MLW, but this is back at Christmas 2017.
Yeah, I think currently with MLW, there are guys that are going to be working with AEW and MLW as well.
Okay.
So I think Schiavone's one of those. I think he's sticking around to do commentary bits as well, but I didn't quite get that clear, to be honest. But so I initially searched for full wrestling shows on YouTube just to find something easy for us to do this week on the podcast. It was something maybe we haven't seen much of or anything like that. But I thought this card looked interesting to the point where I thought there'd be bits that we'd both like and hate, but maybe different opinions, which I thought makes an interesting podcast. It's got guys I know I like that you hate, and kind of vice versa.
Hate is a strong word.
Dislike. There you go.
Hate would be a large compliment.
But last week, we mentioned doing a WXW Yokozuna tribute show.
Yes.
Okay. Through doing some research on this MLW owner, Court Bauer, I found an interview on YouTube where Court explains he got his start with the Wild Samoans.
Okay.
And he helped change the name of their current promotion, which was something like Wild Samoans Wrestling or something, to WXW.
There we go.
Not the German West Side Extreme Wrestling, but World Extreme Wrestling. Okay? So the same WXW that put on the Yokozuna tribute show. And I was like, coincidence is a beautiful thing sometimes.
It's meant to be, because as you said, listen to the audio of that Yokozuna tribute show, I wouldn't have been able to get through it.
Yeah. So you got like a lot of the facts right, but there's a few extra bits Court actually added in this interview that I was like, well, this is kind of interesting. So the initial run they had back in 2004-5, was it?
2002 to 2004.
There you go. They were trying to be an all Japan feeder system.
Okay.
But he put, the way he puts it is somewhat of a farm system. But then after a cup of coffee in ECW. Okay, so when you look about the extreme stuff, it's because Court Bauer worked on the last pay-per-view for ECW.
Oh, okay.
And you're like, that's where that kind of all comes from. So when ECW kind of folded into the WWE and they bought it and everything, Court Bauer kind of tried to take over that little slot. Like he ran Philadelphia and New York and all these places that ECW used to run with a lot of their talent and crew and camera ops and everything. So it's kind of interesting that he picked up on that, because that's definitely what they were aiming for at the time. But then, like, you know, they even made Kojima their champ at one point, like one of my all-time favorites. But then Court Bauer refers to as hitting the pause button in 2004 to go do the WWE stuff we talked about. But then in 2011, do you know what MLW did? They had a podcast network that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they now do the Raven. It's still running today. Do the Raven Effect. They do Keeping It 100 with Conan. They did Pritchard one as well.
Pritchard, so they left to make more money.
Yeah, like I don't know if they're still running on there. I kind of lost track a little bit.
No, they're off on their own thing now. But as I said, the MLW radio networks. That's where Jericho started his podcast. Into the Jericho over at Westwood One.
Nice. So they've contributed much more than just like putting on a little indie promotion, you know.
But you can see because of the lure of podcasts, and I joked with this with people the other day. I was like, oh, and this guy, and he hasn't even got a podcast, so what's he doing in wrestling? You can see how many views and listens they get on the MLW podcast network, which also helps fund this promotion. Yeah,
it's a clever idea, really clever. So now their TV shows, you say, they're on BeIN Sports, I think it is.
BeIN Sports.
BeIN.
Not to be confused with Ben TV on UK and Sky, which is the Nigerian TV channel.
Okay. But that's America and Canada. Do you know they're also on Free Sports in the UK as well?
Yeah, because that's a new deal they signed to replace our good friends at that stupid London promotion, Rev Pro.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Where we have so many fickle fans. Oh, the Josh Bowden thing. I'm never going to watch Rev Pro. Oh, look who they've announced for the Super J Cup. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, too right, man.
The referee's kicking off on Twitter. Oh, yeah. Well, good thing that Josh Bowden didn't throw you under the bus there.
So we're
never get booked.
So this is in the Gilt nightclub, GILT, in Orlando, Florida, US of A. What do you think about this place?
I mean, I like the intimacy of it. It's a really tiny little venue, 250 capacity, full.
I like how it felt like the fans were sitting up above the ring in certain areas. That's quite nice, that intimate kind of...
It was almost like mini studio TV setup.
Sure, absolutely. So we've got 3 big LED screens off to the side of the hard cam, like 90 degrees and left to it. It was a bit indie-rific, you know what I mean? But the hard cam is facing the bar area, which seems to be kind of an odd choice, to say the least. But they put up like... what is it? A big MLW banner. So the wrestlers are coming out, and you see the bar to the left. You're like, just grab a drink on your way in, mate.
That's why Sandman will always loved working for MLW.
Yeah, and a big badass like disco ball above the ring as well. Because this is like a proper nightclub that they're in. Like it's you can see why it's an effective, easy place to put on a pro wrestling show.
I can't imagine too much to book.
Sure, absolutely, man. So our commentators for tonight. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Is it Rich Bocchini?
Rich Bocchini, who was Rich Brennan in NXT.
Yeah, also worked SmackDown and Raw on
a
all
couple
sorts
of
of
times.
stuff. Main event, I think he ended up on. I don't watch enough WWE to have seen his work.
He was very good when he was doing NXT stuff, and again, he's not bad here.
Cool. I think it was okay. And Tony Schiavone.
Big Tony.
Who we all know from WCW, who we can talk about as we go along. So I felt like they did a lot of talking. Didn't leave much space for the action. My first comment.
Yeah, it was not enough for him to breathe, was my thought.
It got a little intense at times.
Yeah.
But not in a, I'm so excited. Look at them building the action to a, just give us a minute. Just let us watch the wrestling, you know?
Yeah, I think part of this, again, is knowing your product.
Yeah, sure.
I think they felt they needed to plug it due to their lack of knowledge of some of the people on this card.
Yeah, I felt very similar about it.
I also found that, as we get to it in the women's match, where it was dragging quite a bit, they just, rather than just letting it flow, they felt they needed to be like, it's like, the women are trying to build some sort of story here.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to. But
it's fine, it's fine. So, I mean, as I said, I initially picked this because I thought there was some interesting stuff on the card. Some stuff that we might enjoy or not enjoy talking about as it makes good podcasting. But more that I had quite high hopes for it, if I'm totally honest. I picked it because I wanted to watch something that I would enjoy. I wish I could say I enjoyed it more than I did.
This show dragged a lot.
And it was only like 2 and a bit hours, wasn't it?
2 hours 40.
Yeah. Considering like we quite regularly sit down and watch 5 to 7 hours of WWE or whatever.
Yeah.
Like in one sitting sometimes. The fact that they couldn't fill 2.5 hours with interesting stuff felt...
I also think coming off the back of watching 3 back-to-back Monday Night Raws where everything was like click, 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 segment, and everything flowed really quickly.
True.
Going to the pacing felt so slow.
It was 2 years ago. Pro wrestling's definitely taken a jump very quickly in the last few years, but I don't think it was this slow in 2017, especially with the talent they've got on the card. You would have thought they could put something a bit more together.
Yeah, but I like the fact that, again, as we'll get to saying, they started with setting the scene for the show and for what they had for the rest of the year.
Sure. Let's jump into it, and we can kind of discuss that as we kind of go along. So I think that's a really important part about this show.
Yeah.
So, opening video package. We are in December in 2017, so sleigh bells are ringing. Xmas-themed dinner table with name cards of the wrestlers covered in blood and such. There's an axe on the table, and we pop up to Jimmy fucking Havoc, who's drinking from a glass goblet, wishing us a happy Christmas, staring down the camera. Nice production quality. I wish he said Merry Christmas, not Happy Christmas, because I have a really OCD thing about that. But it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, he loves that axe.
Sets the scene, you know? Yeah.
We've committed murder at Christmas. Let's watch some wrestling.
I know you're not a fan of Jimmy's matches necessarily, or the hardcore stuff, let's put it that way. But I certainly have a soft spot for Jimmy Havoc.
I think most people who are fans of the British Indies have a soft spot for Jimmy Havoc.
Sure. I hate to break kayfabe a little bit. He's a sort of the earth sort of dude. I remember walking around shows for IPW with 50 people in the arena, the hall. And you'd walk past Jimmy and be like, all right, mate. And he'd be like, all right, Jimmy, how you doing? Oh, yeah, good, mate. And just kind of wander off and you're just the nicest bloke. Anyway, so opening graphics of the wrestlers on tonight's show. Again, real lovely production quality. Zooming, this kind of glass smash graphic over the top. Really inoffensive kind of hip-hop style beats, better than wrestling metal music that we sometimes get.
Everyone loves new metal rock rap crossover. Easy for me to say.
So I'm like, okay, some big production level here.
Yeah, the first impression of this small venue show is, as you said, opening package, better than a lot of stuff that Impact put out.
Absolutely.
With a much lower budget. decent opening sequence. Again, not too long. 'Cause when we watched AAW, their opening video was like 5 minutes of the intro. Whereas this was, again, here's the talent we've got on our roster, here's some past talent, here's our music over top, vroom, into the show.
A lot of the time with editors, they feel because they can do something, they want to show it off a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially if you're quite new to editing. And so I understand, like, we can stretch it out. The music's 5 minutes long. That's how long the edit should be. But really, introduction to a wrestling show, I want 30 seconds to a minute at the very most, especially if you're not explaining storylines and such, which this isn't really doing at all. So it's good. It's really good. So Rich Puccini and Tony Schiavone welcome us to the show from the stage. They talk up some of the matches for tonight, straight into our first match. I immediately noticed that they've got some absolute quality cameras. Like the crispness of this image and stuff, it looked beautiful.
If you look at, this isn't a knock on Shikara, but if you look at the layouts of the venues that Shikara have and an MLW run, they are the same. They are the same venues, but the quality of the equipment already is head and shoulders above for MLW.
Interesting, man. Yeah, sure. So we've got a white ring, some white ropes with a big MLW in the logo that looks like ZLW.
Yep.
Sorry, but it does. A nice, unique sort of look to it, especially if you're going to have more hardcore-y stuff going on, which they seem to have occasionally, at least.
Yeah, you want the white to show the splatter.
Exactly. I'm trying to get blood out of that thing. It's a pain in the ass, but still. So, jumping to our first match of filthy Tom Lawler versus the King of Bros, Tax Williams' favourite wrestler of all time, Matt Riddle.
Fast forward.
So this is one of those matches that I was like, well, it could be interesting because it's two former UFC guys, MMA guys, in a pro wrestling ring. This is a couple of years in for Tom Lawler.
Yeah.
But I think 1 or 2 years in for Matt Riddle. This is right at the beginning of his pro wrestling career.
Yeah.
And also you hate Matt Riddle, so I thought that'd be funny.
Not a great fan of Tom Lawler either, so it's great.
I get it. Yeah,
but
sure.
First thing I thought when I saw Tom Lawler and his ring crew walk out in their little UFC Reebok jackets, why are you wearing stockings over your heads, twats?
Mum's tights on their heads.
Exactly. You're not aces and eights.
You know what they're going for? They're going for the bank robbery type thing, but you're wearing a UFC tracksuit. What the fuck?
With your name on the back.
It was so weird.
I love anonymity if I don't turn round.
It's just the strangest combination of things. You can see them trying to go for a gimmick.
Yeah.
They think they're doing what pro wrestling needs, but it's like the thing for this match is it's two guys learning how to do it.
Yeah.
They're technically sound as anything because of their MMA training, but they don't seem to understand the purpose of selling or when to put moves or how to tell a story at all at this point.
We'll get to that part as well when we get after Mr. Riddle's entrance. But the first thing, so then when they removed Mum's stockings, it's like, right, so
hello.
Brilliant. What was the purpose? What is the point in it? The whole idea of ring gear is if it's either to add something to your character, but stockings over your head?
Yeah.
Oh, which one's Tom Lawler walking to the ring? Dunno. Because he's got a stocking on his face, which we can see through.
I thought have the other guys wear things over their heads, but just like one leg, not the crotch bit with the legs over the back, like rabbit ears. It's a weird choice. But then have Tom Lawler, who's a fucking star, essentially. If you're an MMA fan or a fight fan, you generally know who he is. I want to see your face, mate.
Yeah, he's a big cross sport name.
Exactly, yeah. So it's so weird. Schiavone is immediately talking over the ring announcer as he's doing the introductions. I'm like, oi, Tony, do you remember how to do your job?
It's not WCW, mate.
So Riddle in his suplex gear, SPLX, still repping this today in WWE. Got to respect that. Big respect to Joel.
In fairness, it's nice that he's wearing suplex gear, but it would be nice at some point if he stopped wearing his wife's shorts. Get a pair of shorts that fits, mate. I don't want to see
You're
a cock.
obsessed. You're absolutely obsessed. You walked into the ring in bright orange trunks and sparkly trunks and all sorts.
Yeah, and I don't stick my dick in people's faces because, I stuff my trunks.
You should. It would suit your character so much. Anyway, so Schiavone is talking about some surfing show immediately, and I'm like, Tony, there's wrestling happening. Pay attention, mate.
He's on form, isn't he?
Fucking hell. So 2 former UFC guys, quite the coup for MLW thinking about it. Like, these are guys that were making 20, 30, 40 grand a fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're wrestling for MLW now, which is essentially a smallish indie.
They'll be making maybe $100, $150 a shot, I think, maybe.
I don't know about this. I have no idea of that side because I've never been a part of it. But, who knows, man? But yeah, quite the coup. Like good for
Yeah.
publicity and such.
Well, again, think of the gate, and I know obviously you have some sponsors and everything, but if you've got a gate of 250 people,
Yeah.
let's say they're paying $10.
Well, the venue capacity is 250, and this is one of the rooms in the venue. So
Yeah.
I think it's actually lower than that as well.
So, let's say best case scenario, you've got 250 paying customers there
Yep.
at $10 a pop. You've got $2,500.
Mhm.
Once you've paid out for your rental of your venue,
Sure. You probably got takings of the bar, you'd imagine, as well, but then you've got to pay the bar, so who
yeah,
knows?
or if it's a case of, right, you have the venue, but we keep the bar take.
Yeah.
But then you've got $2,500 to split between quite a busy card.
Mm-hmm. I think they're also working almost at a loss at this point because they're trying to get themselves established. They're now, MLW are working bigger venues and
Yeah.
such. Like Corbauer talked about this, how they started here and they've moved up in the world. So there's always something to be said for working at a loss when you start, maybe, as well.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
So we get faux MMA to start with, as you might
Oh,
expect.
fucking awful.
It could be good.
They should have
This
just
is-
let them shoot. They should have let them shoot.
It's like two
without
dudes
strikes.
sparring, it really
Yeah.
is. But like, then there's no emotion
It's
evoking here
fucking
at all.
Plain-faced.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to get out of this hole. But there wasn't any need of urgency like you need in pro wrestling. It was basically a UFC thing. It was like, fuck, he's on top of me. Right,
Yeah.
I need to wait a second, wait for him to make a mistake. I'm gonna get out. I don't give a shit. I want to watch. If I wanted to watch that, I'd watch MMA, and I'd still watch
get
the
it.
shit in the UFC where they've got no stars or talent at the moment.
It's like watching. Well, that's not true, but it's fine. They're watching like MMA training almost. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It is. I don't want to tune in for that. I want to be entertained. You know.
The last thing, if anyone watched Punk's little 5-part documentary before his UFC debut, probably only me.
Sorry. No.
This wrestling was similar. So this MMA style wrestling was similar to what they basically showed him doing in his training, but worse.
Yeah. No. Well,
Yes,
technically, these guys are significantly better.
No, but that's what I'm
I
saying.
get what you're saying. Yeah.
Pro
Sure.
wrestler pretending to do MMA made MMA look like he was actually struggling, making it look like a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Two MMA guys trying to do MMA and wrestling looked fucking awful.
I'm an advocate for bringing in other elements of other sports into professional wrestling.
Yeah, they should have done it.
They tried. You got to give them some props for trying something different.
I like the fact that the Reebok jackets they wore were nice.
So commentary are trying to create a story here. They're saying that Lawler has an undefeated streak coming into the promotion.
And Matt Riddle had a 4-fight win streak in the UFC. Was that it?
Well, yeah. You know why Riddle got kicked out?
Drugs.
Yeah, weed.
Yeah.
Not even proper drugs. You know what
Not
I
even
mean?
proper drugs.
He
The
has-
law states they are proper drugs.
He has barely. So
That's a podcast for a different time.
Matt Riddle had, I think it was 6 victories. 2 became no contest because of testing positive for weed. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep smoking. So Dana was just like, we're going to get rid of you. And he went to MMA and went to pro wrestling instead. It's basically how it boils down.
The first memory I have of Matt Riddle was on The Ultimate Fighter. And it was him and CB Dulway sat on a wall and they just ordered, because they could order anything in his house, just these 2 white pairs of Oakleys. And some guys just sat there on the wall going, got these Gazgans.
I remember Matt Riddle being like comedy relief all the way through it. Like, he's an insanely talented fighter.
Me.
But like, he was genuinely made me pop like through comedy shit. Like, there's all these really serious guys. And Matt Riddle's just like, this dude's really serious and taking the piss and such. I think it was quite funny. So I immediately spot La Parka in the audience. I'm like, yes, get in the ring, boy. But he was also a dude wearing a La Parka mask, but Lucha Dad a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I like this guy. Let's see his reactions.
LA Park, who's in the main event of a Saturday Night Super Fight against their current champion, Jacob Fatu.
Do you think he's going to see Lucha Dad and be like, hey?
What you doing here, boy?
So this
Because that's
match-
what LA Park sounds like. What you doing here, boy?
Of course he does, yeah. Well, it'd almost be a bit racist if you went for the whole Mexican accent, so who knows. So Riddle just kicked out of a tombstone at 1, and I got a bit pissed off.
Classic Riddle.
Yeah, pretty much, especially at this time. I know you don't agree with me, but less so. He does some selling now. He didn't for like a year and a half.
Yeah, well, basically up until he got to NXT, he didn't sell.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, he didn't even sell at Progress the other week.
No, but he was in a nothing-y tag match, really.
Yeah.
Are we just going to skip over that? Okay,
Yeah,
let's skip
probably
it. They play off the sleeper hold rear naked choke that finally finishes the match, kind of throughout the series, but not to the extent that I cared about it, really. But I did notice, at least. Riddle puts the sleeper onto Lawler. Lawler flips off Riddle and passes out. Ref calls for the bell. Your winner is Matt Riddle.
Just under 14 minutes, 56 seconds.
It felt like 20 minutes. It felt like a long match.
Dragged like shit.
Yeah, a lot of this show.
I mean,
the fans did not give a fuck.
That's the problem, and this is match 1. So this is your opening contest of a long show, a named event. you want to have something impactful to get the crowd going. This was not opening match material.
No.
And also, as you said, as these guys are relatively new, there was no one to lead. There was no one to try and get the crowd involved. They were very much focused on, I like to essentially say, selfish performers. They weren't they weren't trying to get the other person over and make the other person look good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they were still trying to get their MMA shit in, but it didn't benefit themselves or their opponent.
You can understand why Court Battles booked this.
Yeah.
It's two ex-UFC guys. They've got similar styles. They can work together. They're quite new to the business to see what they can do. It just didn't work out.
No, unfortunately, I think, again, would you say, because obviously you watch more MMA than I do, but obviously Tom Lawler was more of a, right, I'm going to knock you out kind of a fighter.
Scrapper.
Very similar.
Like really good wrestler as well.
Yeah.
But more of a scrapper. Riddle is more technically sound overall.
Yeah.
He's also a lot bigger as well. So.
But if you think the MMA style they went to contrast, they were too similar. If they brought in this is my MMA background, this is my MMA background, maybe when they were trying to do their faux MMA, it might have been a bit more interesting rather than both doing half-hearted, not great stuff.
You know when Daniel Bryan does MMA stuff, he looks angry and pissed off and focused like a fighter, like the worst kind of fighters that fight on emotions, you know what I mean? Like one of those, which works for pro wrestling. Being a calm, calculated fighter in the ring, doing boring-y, nothing-y wrestling, it does not work for MMA at all. Unless you've got someone to count for pro wrestling. It doesn't work unless you've got someone to counterbalance that. Both these guys were too controlled and calm and just doing stuff in the ring, you know?
And again, think if this was real MMA. You've got 3 5-minute rounds. It goes 4 minutes before the end and you finally get a tap out.
Yeah.
You get to the end of it and go, that tap out wasn't even that great.
Yeah, I guess so. So the ring announcer goes in to interview Riddle, but Lawler's cornermen interfere. There was some nothing-y kind of interference moments in the match, but not what I thought there would be.
Yeah.
With the two guys in the ring, you would have thought they'd be trying to get at Riddle and such, but there's barely any of that in the match. Riddle sends them all packing, and we move on to the next bit. Riddle cuts a promo. He goes, bro, Riddle wants a tag match next month, so let's just carry on.
And he'll bring Jeff Cobb.
Hey, he's good.
And it's like, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this shit again, but bring Jeff Cobb to throw people around a bit. Nice. Yeah.
I wonder who, I didn't look up who he was against, but anyway, let's just carry on. So match was like two guys sparring, playing wrestling, as we talked about. Would like to see some more purposeful selling, advancing storylines, kind of, not awful, but
yeah. Okay, it'll do.
So we cut backstage for an MVP interview.
Woo-woo!
Stokely Hathaway jumps in to interrupt MVP. The audio quality here is poor.
This was the first time I thought to myself, you've just spent all your money on your cameras.
Yeah. I don't know who's editing this show, but they need some more experience. Well, they did in 2017. It's 2 years later. Maybe it's better now. Maybe we should rerun a show at some point, because this promotion's got some good stuff going for it.
Oh yeah, I think I don't have anything against the promotion and what they're trying to do. And Court Bauer, seems to be a sensible businessman now with what he's got with the podcast network to fund the wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Will always take chances. And as we said, so already we've had, Tom Lawler, great. He's went on after this to be an MLW heavyweight champion. Fine. So obviously he's made their main event. Matt Riddle's in WWE. Stokely Hathaway, Stokely, whatever he's got. I was trying to remember what he's called in NXT now, but he's obviously joined there as a manager.
I don't pay attention enough, but yes.
Yep.
He seems to be having quite a good time there as well.
Because he's now managing like the 7-foot Nigerian giant guy.
Great, yeah, works
it's amazing.
for me. Yeah.
But also, fair play to Stokely, because when they did the NXT Combine, where you've got all these athletes, and they brought in Robbie E to be a manager as well, so he was doing all the tasks and everything, could hold himself up. Stokely was doing them too. He was like, no, I'm here, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Well, he can wrestle. Do you know about his Chuck Taylor gimmick in Shikara? So Stokely Hathaway came into Shikara and immediately had this storyline where Chuck Taylor hadn't copyrighted the name Chuck Taylor, so he became Chuck Taylor. And the former Chuck Taylor from Best Friends AEW had to be called something different every week. And so they used to come through it. It was fucking amazing. Stokely used to come to the ring as Chuck Taylor, like singing songs and like trying to embrace fans, but as a heel. And like, I was just
quack genius.
Really, really funny. So the audio in this segment is, I don't know what happened. It was like it was out of sync or something, but I was watching this with headphones.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, like my ears started bleeding as I was listening to this. I think it was like 7.1 surround recording that had been compressed down into some sort of stereo that just hadn't worked or something. And yeah, it was really painful. I had to take my headphones off. It was that bad.
Worst thing is, this is a sign of things to come, unfortunately, for the show with the audio quality.
There's some big problems with the audio. So anyway, they in the promo they chat about the difference between wise and smart. Stokely hands MVP his card. MVP tears it up in front of Stokely. Hathaway tells the interviewer to shut up before she said anything. So I thought that was quite funny.
Yep.
I like Stokely. What do you think of MVP's promo work here?
I've always been very indifferent to MVP.
He's quite intense, but I don't know. He talks like a veteran. And I know he's been in the WWE and been around and stuck around. I don't really get it.
No.
Never been a fan.
I thought, again, as everyone will always see, look back to MVP, his best works when he was in his feud with Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
And they were
He
doing
had like one amazing year.
Yeah, which was just the two of them on SmackDown basically going, what should we do next? Pizza eating contest, basketball contest.
Yeah.
It's great. They became tag champs.
It was more story than wrestling that made it fun, though.
Yeah, exactly. His in-ring stuff was not offensive, but at no point did I go, you know what I really want to watch? An MVP match.
Sure, I get it. So, our second match of the evening, Saeed Al-Sabah versus Paro. Two guys I'd never heard of before coming in.
Paro, again, I think so. The big lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously he's Zangief, yeah. But he's obviously one of the first openly gay wrestlers on the circuit.
Okay, fair enough.
So it does a lot for LGBT communities as well.
Cool.
And a big hulking boy.
Oh, he's massive, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So the commentators say that this match we saw last time at Never Say Never, and I'm like, isn't that this show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a little slip up there, but it's fine. So Al-Sabah is a small lad in a kind of New Jack pleather shield vest gimmick thing. Apparently relatively new to the industry. They were saying that he's only just started on commentary. Paro is Zangief in leather trousers, isn't he? He looks massive.
And this, as I said, the rematch which they mentioned before, it's because he power bombed his mate last time.
Oh, okay.
So,
fair enough.
Al-Sabah was power bombed badly by Paro.
Right, cool. So Al-Sabah jumps Paro and off we go. Al-Sabah just lost a shoe on a baseball slide turnaround in the corner that I thought was amazing. Do you see this bit? His shoe popped off. But he kept going and kept working. Al-Sabah tries to use the knucks but gets cut off by Paro. Paro brings him up for a big-ass power bomb. Al-Sabah punches Paro in the head while on top of his shoulders with the knucks. Paro goes down for the 1, 2, 3, and your winner is Saeed Al-Sabah.
Best match of the card.
I'm just written here, that was okay. Both guys have potential, for sure. Just felt like they were going through it. Understandable for new guys. They're going through the motions, just getting a match done. Let's just get to the end and get another match under our belts.
Yeah, this is short and snappy. Good storytelling. Would have been great after a decent opener.
Little sloppy, a few bits of hesitation and such that you expect from new guys coming in,
But I like the finish. Again, deception of the referee. Very nice heelish tactic. Get him up for the powerbomb. Something different.
Yeah, nice and short, not too complicated, so not much to fuck up, you know what I mean? Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So, we jump into our next match of Loverboy Leo, Pretty Boy Michael, the Dirty Blondes.
The Dirty Blondes.
Versus the Freak, Rhett Giddens, and the man that killed Elite XC by knocking out Kimbo Slice, the Silverback, Seth Petrozelli.
The striking coach at the WWE Performance Center.
Is he now?
Yeah.
Cool, nice. Seth looks smaller than I remember him.
Yeah, because
Were all these dudes in this match huge, or is it just that Seth's a bit smaller?
I always thought it was huge.
Yeah.
But again, from Seth Petrozelli, he wasn't Matt Serra's training buddy, was he?
No.
There was another guy called Seth who was Matt Serra's training buddy, who he picked him as like first choice in his Ultimate Fight.
Oh, yeah, on their season of the Ultimate Fight. I think Seth was on one of those seasons.
Yeah.
It could have been, yeah.
But I don't know if he was the first fighter, because Matt Serra picked him saying, he's my number one pick, he's my boy, got in the octagon the first match, and he was fucking awful.
Oh, I did watch all those early seasons of the Ultimate Fight, but I can't remember at all. Sorry, man. But Seth Petrozelli definitely was on one of those seasons, so it could have been.
But yeah, he's NXT striking coach.
Nice, deservedly so. I mean, he's got some decent striking in IRL,
I wonder if that's why Lacey Evans' Women's Right is so good.
Oh, because of people like Seth and stuff. Yeah.
Or
the PC is such quality,
Or after seeing Brawl where she cracked Natty. I mean, it's like, that didn't look like that was a worked punch to me. He proper lamped her.
Might have skipped that bit. So anyway, what do you think about these dirty blonde lads? Because this is one of my little problems in commentary. Is that at this point, they're comparing these guys to old NWA, WCW wrestlers like Dusty and people like that. but they continue to do this for every wrestler on the fucking show, pretty much.
Yeah, the problem with the Dirty Blondes, I think they were linking them to be WCW guys. 'Cause it's a case of, right, they don't really have the greatest physiques. They're not
They're
like
fat and greasy.
yeah, they're not lookers. They basically be the Godwins in trunks.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I love the gimmick of like dyed blonde hair, looking scraggly, hairy, chubby bodies, you know?
It would be these guys against like the Gymnasties as they starting to have a bit of a run of people.
Sure.
It's like that's the sort of level we're looking at.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing these guys come
Yeah.
out. What's his name? Rhett Giddens. Jesus Christ, he's got potential. He's a big boy.
He's not bad at all, is he?
Yeah, super agile, confident in the ring. Like, I don't think I've seen anything from him that isn't this show.
Not at all. This was completely new to me, this chap.
Yeah, but like he's the one that stood out for me for sure. So the Dirty Blondes jumped Seth and Giddens early. A regular theme on this show.
Oh yeah.
Schiavone immediately points out that every match so far has been jump started. And I'm like, you're not meant to say that. They're obviously trying to jumpstart the shows.
On the plus,
Don't point it out every fucking time, you know?
yeah, but at least he's probably saying what people at home are thinking. Oh, another jump start.
Yeah. The idea is to make you be like, oh, cool, right? And immediately be interested, right?
Yeah.
Not for someone to go, oh, you know how they did that? Was what they did is they jump started the match, you know? Like Schiavone's kind of doing on commentary. It feels just like he doesn't give a shit at this point.
No, he doesn't, which is why I really hope he doesn't really do much tonight on AEW.
I have concerns.
Can you imagine they just go, well, Excalibur is the future of that company on play-by-play, but what we're going to do now is we're going to have Morez, Ross, and Schiavone all on commentary.
I like Morez. I thought it was really good. That's the other guy, the third wheel, yeah?
No, Alex Morez.
He was terrible. That guy.
Yeah. Thingy Boy. What's the name?
I don't remember, but the third guy was with Jim and Excalibur last time.
Because he's an esports guy.
Yeah, he was, but I think he's starting to understand.
Yeah.
And the role he fulfills in that trio worked really well,
Yeah.
doing all the links in between and the advertising bits and such. Like, he was great.
Yeah.
Good false enthusiasm as well.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
when someone can get that across without you going, oh, he's pretending.
Well, ultimately, he's a commentator for computer games. Of course he's
Sure.
going to be able to build up fake enthusiasm because it's a case of, this man's built a block tower! Oh my god!
The disappointment on my face right now. It's the future, Tax.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you, mate. Cut to in like a year's time, I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing all this esports commentary now. I'm commentating like SmackDown versus Raw.
But the idea of stifling Excalibur with Tony Schiavone talking over the top of him the whole time, talking bollocks, and JR being like, oh God, I have to be positive about this, don't I? The whole way through the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it's time to move on. Like, yeah, stick with JR for 6 months or whatever.
And they give it to Excalibur.
Yeah, absolutely. Give JR a different role.
Do you
know?
think...
Keep him involved in the company. He's had a fucked up last few years. Absolutely. With his wife dying and everything. And WWE, to be fair, kind of shitting on him at the same time.
Well, no,
You know?
in fairness, WWE, when after his wife died, that's when he re-signed his contract because Vince was like,
Yeah, but it didn't last is what I'm getting at.
yeah,
They
but
didn't support him for as long as I think they should have.
no, but the fact of the matter is for WWE, it's a case of, Jim, let us keep you busy. We'll give you these projects so you can come to Saudi Arabia twice a year.
Well, yeah.
And do pre-show panels.
It's not great. So the Dirty Blondes are kind of old school NWA type Southern tag team tactics, classic cheating stuff like the good guy's about to get the tag to Seth Petrozelli on the outside, pull him out from underneath, that sort of thing.
But in fairness, when they were commentating that these guys are like old NWA tag teams, the Dirty Blondes are.
Yeah, sure.
So that's fine. But the problem, as you said, what's going to happen later on is they found something they think that works.
Yeah, and they just keep saying it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, do you remember these people that we used to like? And most of the audience still watches is like, who? you know? Like, for us old boys, we get most of the references and such, but there's going to be a whole generation that are trying to get watching this. They have no idea who the fuck they're talking about. It's like two old guys reminiscing on commentary.
I'd love to see Timothy Well and Stephen Dunn. Well done.
I don't even know who they are.
Oh,
dude.
man, come on.
There you go. So, Seth eventually gets a hot tag from the outside from Giddens lad, who's doing the vast majority of the work here, even though Giddens should quite obviously be the guy that comes in for the hot tag.
Yeah.
But he's the guy with the experience and the talent at this point, I think. After a little comeback, gets a low blowed for a 2 count.
Yeah.
Seth and Giddens land some big strikes. Giddens in for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. It's quite a quick finish.
Yeah, I wonder if they were like, timing here, boys, because that clothesline was a bit like, oh, that's it. Even the commentators like, 1, 2, no, 3.
We're squeezing in a lot of matches to a short time period, and I don't think it's doing them much benefit. I think they're working to people's, how to put it, They're inexperienced. They're working towards making them, not exposing them.
We want to give them ring time, but we don't want to give them 20-minute match.
Sure, which is understandable, Again, if they're trying to be a feeder system or trying to build new stars, then this is something I think you have to do as a indie promotion, right?
But I wonder as well if Seth was in there to basically, again, have a bit of name value, a little bit of work anyway from NXT. But I wonder if WWE were like, he can't do much.
Was he working for them then?
I think so at the time.
Okay.
So I wonder if it's a case of, right, he can come and do the show, but we don't want him really working. So it's a case of, right, I've got the hot tag, I've come in, low blow. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I get it.
Because I think he's like his actual aggression, his offensive time in the match was like 12 seconds.
It's not long.
Low blow and then clothesline, end of match.
There was a hot tag and I was like, okay, let's see what Seth can do. And then the match was over and I was like, okay.
Yeah. What bit of a weird match.
With everything we've said over the last 3 or 4 matches, I was getting concerned here.
At this stage, and again, this match went, so again, I got my old timings out. This match went 8 minutes, 28 seconds.
Yeah.
And even into this, I was like, this feels long.
Wrestlers not interacting with the crowd enough.
Yeah.
Big problem here.
The crowd being dead, not into anything, really.
Yeah. It's like there are matches later on that I'm sure they're more looking forward to. So they're kind of almost reserving their energy for those points. I definitely do that as a fan, like knowing I don't want to get blown out of the show. I don't think that's what's happening here. I think they're just not involved enough.
No. You can even see it on fans' faces. The amount of times people like looking down at their phone rather than looking at the ring. And that's when you know if people are looking at their phones rather than the in-ring action. It's not like they're looking at the phone to take pictures.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Again, it was okay, but yeah, it's not great.
But that's right. Here comes a real athlete.
So the way I've written this is a lovely big lad, a big fat lad, sorry, shows us lots of food and eats some of the food. Well, it doesn't actually eat it. He goes, I'd like my privacy, please, with the food.
Barrington Hughes, 400 plus pounds, with the takeaway dream of like boxes of pizza, tailed up burgers, fries. But interestingly, clearly focusing on his diet, because every time they did the cut shot, it went to look like he was about to put his in, and he clearly didn't. He was doing really bad stages. Like we do with our kids. Oh, I'm going to pretend to eat this. Nom, nom, nom,
this
nom.
broccoli's so lovely. You will love it. But
As a side note, did I ever tell you my broccoli story?
No,
Right. So I was because obviously I'm a middle class twat. I was at the Whitstable Oyster Festival.
Okay. I've been to that as well, so it's not that middle class.
Yeah,
Go
it
on,
is.
carry
'Cause
on.
You're faux middle class. You trying to deny your roots. And I was there, and there was a little band who were doing songs for kids about vegetables.
Okay.
And one of the songs was broccoli, broccoli, all the way from Italy. And that stage was like, no, it was not fucking from Italy.
I'd say
No
what?
chance. Gave it a look online. Did originate from Italy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast.
Is that your full story?
Yeah,
That
that's
was
it.
fucking shit.
But now you're going to go, oh, broccoli from Italy. Next week,
Good
I'm going
to
to
know.
cover the dragon fruit. But basically, like this Barrington Hughes, as you said, as soon as like we get the little camera cutaway, he was going to start eating some food, and it was a case of, I'd like my privacy.
I kind of popped.
Yeah.
Thought it was silly, pleasant, funny, playing up to his size and such. Like, he is a big, big fat lad.
Think Viscera in a singlet.
Oh, yeah, pretty much, yeah. So, cut back to ringside, and his opponent, Andrew Merlin, is already in the ring for his match. And the big lad we just saw is introduced as 409 pounds, the Caramel Colossus. I like that.
Nice, yeah.
Barrington Hughes. So, versus Andrew Merlin. Barrington has this lime green and pink stripy singlet thing and a purple cloak, like the one American Dragon used to wear when he was a heel in ROH.
Delightful.
Absolutely brilliant. Merlin looks like the Green Power Ranger and Speedball Mike Bailey combined.
Yes.
Hughes does a big whoopsie for the 1, 2, 3, squashed literally. Your winner is Barrington Hughes.
Oh, good old earthquake.
Did its job.
Yeah.
Yep, good stuff. So, exterior shot of Florida and an ad for FL4 touts Total Insanity. What? Do you know what's Total Insanity? Game companies putting fucking numbers in the titles of their games. Why do they fucking do this? So it's meant to be Fallout, but it's FL4 TOUT. You're like, oh, just call it Fallout 4 if that's what it is,
For the young. They bloody love numbers.
No, they don't. Everyone hates this gimmick. This is so dumb.
Pointless.
There's one that's like Left 4 Dead Redemption. It's like the 4, and you're like, Just don't do that.
Basically, they realise like their graphic designers are paying them by the character. That'll do.
Stick one in. Fuck it. All right. So Chelsea Green, exterior shop, gets the shit kicked out of her in a pre-tape by a brunette woman who we currently don't know at this point.
Who is that woman attacking Zack Ryder's girlfriend?
Yeah, exactly. I immediately went, is that Priscilla Kelly?
Yeah.
She's a bigger name now. But back in 2017,
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think she was on the scene that much.
No, it's only through recent innovation in the ring.
I love her. I'm going to be honest. I think she's amazing.
Were you going to go and see her up in London for her Q&A session? She was doing like a sit-down interview stuff up in London.
Probably not.
I really like her. Will you go to London to see her? No.
The idea of sitting down and watching a wrestler who is relatively new to the business, sitting down talking, I'm like, I'm all right. I don't have to do that.
Trying to say you don't want to sit around with like sweaty boys going, "You might be my girlfriend. I'll put it in my mouth. It'll be fine."
I'm sure there's lots of that going on for sure. But do you know her backstory a little bit?
No.
So she was on one of these Don't Tell the Bride type shows,
Right.
coming from an American traveller family.
Okay.
And yeah, it's quite. I actually watched the episode because I'm a nerd. I thought I'd check it out. It was quite funny. But yeah, so her and Darby Allin are obviously a couple.
Okay.
So blah 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 blah. And she's fucking gorgeous. So there we go. All right, let's move on.
So this storyline essentially was that Chelsea Green was supposed to be wrestling Sonita Garrett later on in the show. Chelsea Green is now injured and out, so we're going to have to find a mystery opponent. Oh dear.
You can see there's obviously been some sort of problems. They've created a storyline just to kind of get it done, you know. But yeah. So next match is from Istanbul, Turkey, a regular in NXT.
Berazoglu Emre.
Is that his name?
Nope, it's the only Turkish footballer I can think of.
I don't know who that is. So Vandal Ortagun.
Ortangan. Yep.
I've got an A-G-U-N. Is there no N in the middle?
I probably just spelled it wrong.
Anyway, versus Jimmy Uta, who I've seen a few times. I think he's even been on the podcast before for AAW, maybe?
Yes, yeah, that sounds familiar.
So Uta looks like budget dirt bike kid / Mustafa Ali without the flashy shit.
And Vandal's been left out of NXT because he's not good enough to do the loop, so he's been sent down to MLW.
Pretty much. It feels like it, doesn't it?
He very much reminded me of how when they handled Sylvester Takai, when they bought him in, it's a case of, right, we've got this lad from Eastern Europe, we're going to do this. And it's like, great.
Yeah.
I love wrestlers who wear, like, well, you need a gimmick. I'm from Turkey. Brilliant. Put that on your ring jacket.
It's very few years ago.
Yes.
So these lads immediately start with some tasty spots and chops. The crowd just don't seem to give a shit because they're not really working the crowd still at this point.
And again, two relative unknowns.
Absolutely. Uta, well, for us at least, I wonder how unknown they are for MLW.
I mean, considering the promotion only started up in July, we're only 5 months in at this stage.
Enough, yeah. So Uta sells this knee early. Uta doing some really good job here of purposeful selling, trying to get the crowd to care. It's a bit of a cliche story, like working the body part and everything, but it's working for me, much more than the last few matches.
Yeah, there's a purpose of the story in the match. I'm working the knee.
Sure. The ending comes as a bit of a surprise and almost out of nowhere. Uta climbs up the ropes, still selling the knee, mind, doing a really good job of it. Lands a flying elbow drop for the 1, 2, 3, and the winner is Jimmy Uta. Again, a bit of a nothingy sort of match, you know?
Yeah.
Just kind of happened.
Yeah, again, it's like get your ring time.
Yeah.
Get your loop, get your $10.
I wish we had more to say about this, but there's really
nothing
much to say, is there?
I said, Vandal had Turkish flag stuff on his ring gear.
You know how we do these spot shows? Like just in between storylines we do for the podcast?
Yeah.
The idea, for at least at me, was to find stuff we wouldn't normally find that's either really, really good or really shit, so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
These kind of like...
This match is paled indifference.
Yeah. The whole show is pretty much paled indifference up until this point.
Yeah. This would be the sort of thing that if you are trained to be a wrestler, this would be a quick training match at the end of the session.
Yeah. I feel that a
Blue
guy...
Thunderbomb, elbow drop, done, 6 minutes.
A guy with Bow's experience, with these production values, and the guys they've got working for them, should be achieving more.
Yeah, but again, we're 5 months in. We're going to try and establish our own stars. We're going to take some of these NXT boys to try and get a relationship going again with WWE.
Yeah.
There might have been a case of, right, can you get one of these guys on your shows? Because he's working our loop, but it's not televised. Can you get him on to try and learn to work the cameras?
Sure. But you would create more narrative for these guys if I was booking. You know what I mean? I'd give them a purpose in the ring to be there and why they're there, not just these are two guys having a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that works if you've got a strong heel and a strong face, but we haven't really had that so far.
No, not at all. Again, outside of, because normally you rely on, if you're new to the product, you rely on the crowd to tell you who is face, who is heel.
Yeah.
No one is acting face or heel in this so far.
Yeah. I can't remember a show that was this just middle of the road for a long time.
Yeah.
We see a lot of dodgy indie wrestling and stuff, and at least it makes you care a little bit.
But yeah, so now this is like match number 4.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Something like that.
no, match number 5.
I've lost track. Yeah.
And I'm like, there's literally nothing to go, wow, or that was shit. The working quality was shit. It's basically like a training show.
Yeah. I thought this would be much more interesting for a podcast.
Yeah. It's all right. It'll get there in a second. Don't you worry.
So we jump into some kind of more interesting stuff now, I guess. So I think one of the syndromes of the booking of this show is that they're very focused on their main couple of storylines, and they've kind of neglected a lot of the lower card stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think is a shame.
I just get the impression of this. You said where a lot of their main event talent is in sort of tag matches, they've been like, oh, we'll book these guys. And they've all turned up on the showdown and gone, oh, fuck, did we book him?
Yeah.
Oh, we've booked
feels
too
like
many
it.
people. Quick,
Yeah.
let's get a couple of 5-minute matches on.
So we get a Jimmy Havoc. I can't talk anymore, so I'm getting over this cold still. I'm just like, buh, 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 buh. Excuse me. So Jimmy Havoc and Darby Allin promo. So Darby is already bladed.
Yeah.
We as a Goths promo. Jimmy finishes with this line: "We are going to paint MLW with your blood."
I wrote, a lot of blood is promised.
Yeah, like, Darby already blading and rubbing his hand on the carry,
Yeah.
kind of hand down the van thing. Oh, it was okay. It has some purpose, I guess.
From
but
goth to boss.
I like Jimmy Havoc. Don't really get the whole Darby Allin thing. Like, he's a bit of a daredevil and has moments that are quite creative, but everything in between, I'm just a bit like,
Yeah.
just take yourself a bit too seriously, mate. Like, I don't really get it.
In the words of Avril Lavigne, he was a skater boy.
We'll get there. He's wrestling later tonight, so we can talk about him then. So commentators put over the next show. Shivani lies and tells us he's having a great time. He does put over the younger talent though, so like, saying that maybe the show hasn't been the best so far. But look, we've got all these young guys coming through, trying to at least get this over.
Yeah.
Not horrific. So, introduced as from the Twitch app, Lever Bates. You do not like gaming. Versus Santana, GARRET. Santana Garrett. Wow, it's double Darren. I don't know. Trying to get it in somewhere.
Don't go, oh my God, it's double G's.
You can't say that, I don't think.
But, okay, so...
Totally would, by the way, but yeah, it's all good.
Lever Bates, Blue Pants. Am I missing something? I don't get the hype. I'm Matt Riddled with her because loads of people really like Blue Pants.
Let's just take this match as we're talking about this show particularly. There's fuck all storytelling until she gets in the ring. They achieved something here for me.
They achieved occupying quite a lot of my evening for the length of their match.
Let's go through it. I'll read my notes and stuff. I've got more notes for this than I think any other match of the night. So
This is one of the longest fucking matches of the night.
we can start to discuss it, okay? So Lever's dancing on her way to the ring. Lever's MLW debut, obviously replacing Chelsea Green, who was injured or taken out or whatever you want to say. Lever is replacing Chelsea Green. Santana in full rainbow gear. Quite like it, obvious face colours, like out there, flamboyant, something a bit different, you know what I mean?
At this stage, one thing I had noticed, at least everyone's wearing different looking gear.
Yeah, not just black tights upon black tights, black trunks, So
yeah, really good.
Defiant, pay attention. You're not there anymore anyway. So both ladies seem to be faces, and I was like, oh, really? Thought we were getting somewhere with the ladies match coming up, But
Yep, first tick, face versus face. Great.
My first note for this is I've just gone the last 5 minutes without even realising there was still commentary because they haven't shut up. It becomes just like and you just start to completely blur it out after a while. And when commentary achieves nothing, you've got a problem.
It was awful.
Yeah, it's not great. So some stalemate moments, trying to out-wrestle each other to start with, face versus face stuff. It just never works in pro wrestling. It's crap.
No.
Unless it's like Hogan Rock, and you've got a story behind it.
Yeah, and then even one turned.
Absolutely. Kinda. Not
Well,
really.
they had a double turn.
Yeah, but
I've run you
listen
over in a lorry.
Listen to the crowd properly. The fans are still behind Rock the whole way through that WrestleMania match. So there's nothing worse than face versus face. No elements of danger or real importance at this point. Some interesting, clever moments. Lever starts to become more of a heel as the match goes on, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Commentary give us a Chelsea Green health update halfway through by saying, some lacerations and a groin injury. And I'm like, sorry, Zach.
Outrageous times.
Who says that? Some lacerations and immediately goes, and a groin injury, implying they're the same fucking thing. Someone sliced up her groin. Like, what are you implying here?
I mean, Darby Allin is knocking around backstage.
The whole thing's a bit creepy, I thought, of this.
Bit pervy.
Yeah, it's really weird. So Lever Bates steals Santana's red hairband and puts it on, finally getting some heel heat in the match because the crowd boo the shit out of her.
Yeah, because
They
we all
really
know
do.
it's the Wonder Woman powered headband.
That's the idea, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of dumb and silly, but at least they're getting a reaction.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The sixth match on the fucking show before anyone gets a reaction.
It's the first reaction of the show, yeah.
And it's Lever Bates getting it.
Yeah.
So, as much as I'm not a massive fan of wrestling as such, at least she realizes it's entertainment and she has to do something to work the crowd, you know? So, we'll go through to the end. So, Lever stomps on the headband and slingshots it back to Santana in a spot that lasts a minute or two too long, let's be honest about it. So, at least there's some sort of heel heat now, a bit of a shoving match between the two. They do a boo-yay forearm spot. And then kind of, again, almost out of nowhere, like, this is becoming a reoccurring theme for this, Santana hits her Shining Star press, which is like a handspring
moonsault.
There you go. Very nice maneuver.
Really cool, yeah.
For the 1, 2, 3, so your winner Santana Garrett. I've written here, just to give you my opinion, bit sloppy and silly at times, but at least they got the crowd to care about them towards the end of the match. First match on the card to really do so.
Yeah. I mean, the problem I had with this is that the only part of this which was the headband. The headband was important, and that's great, but face versus face until you had to deliberately have someone be a heel by stealing a headband. Again,
they worked to a finish. They had some heel heat, some forearms, the big finish, you know.
Nice to not have a jump start.
Yeah,
So that was good. Both wrestling like old wrestlers from the NWA.
Yeah, the beginning was a bit...
That was just my joke if they kept on referring to it.
I know. But the beginning was, this is where the technical wrestling goes. They realised the crowd weren't reacting, and so changed it up.
Yeah, but then they felt like they started their match again, almost 15 minutes for this match. It just, again, there was
Bryan
no...
Danielson made that change. You'd be like, he's the greatest wrestler in the world.
No, because the fact of the matter is that it's 15 minutes where what we're talking about is someone saying a hairband.
Yeah. But if they've got heat and they've not had to kill themselves, isn't that like the art of pro wrestling?
Yes, but when we're 6 matches in, I'm like this. I think if this had been on a better card, my response would have been, it was all right.
Yeah,
but I think because it's following a lot of other dross, that I'm sitting there going, ugh.
Yeah, like my notes at the beginning of the match are like, this is terrible. Face versus face. There's no meaning. There's no narrative. It's a last-minute replacement.
Yeah.
But the last few minutes kind of got me. Like, I actually started to care, you know?
I mean, the handspring moonsault, best move of the night.
Nice spot.
Really good.
Really nice spot.
And there's no surprising that she's now signed to a developmental deal at NXT.
Sure, absolutely. I agree. Totally. Lever, what's she? Is she AEW?
She's librarian, isn't she?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Sorry.
Yeah, because we
hadn't put 2 and 2 together. But there you go. So post-match, a person, Priscilla Kelly, comes out and Tonya Harding's Santana in the ring as they put it on commentary. That was a nice line. Just taking out her knee, you know.
I really enjoyed the whole, like, everyone in the crowd looking around going, what?
Yeah. And then Priscilla's like out there before you even realise. It's quite a nice like moment almost.
And what's nice about with her doing that is that genuinely it gave no chance for her to clock who she was.
Sure. And like the commentators put over quite well that they don't know who this is, and people keep being attacked backstage and they don't know who's doing it.
Yeah.
And it obviously ends up breaking down to Darby and Priscilla and kind of Jimmy Havoc doing it all. But you know, it's an alright storyline. It works for a promotion trying to get its kind of momentum going.
Yeah. They did it for The Rock.
And pretty much. It is a little bit like that. So backstage interview with one of the best promo guys in the business, MJF. The audio is only in the right ear.
Yeah. I was watching this on my TV, so the audio was just fucked completely.
Did it sound really bad?
Really bad. Didn't get anything.
Damn, I was listening to headphones and I could hear quite well, but like, yeah, it's only in my right ear. So that if you're watching it and like what feels like a mono because it's coming out of TV, that would feel about 50% volume because you're missing one of the channels. You know?
So basically my notes like MJF does a promo, can't hear anything.
That sucks, man.
But then I also wrote, assume was probably good.
Well, I put MJF, even in 2017, is fucking brilliant. A natural heel. Cuts are, I'm a 1%er. The 99% look up to him, or should look up to him. The interviewer rips on Joey Ryan as well. It seems to be a heel interviewer.
Yeah.
That is not introduced in any way, really, or doesn't make any sort of other appearance on this show. So I don't get the purpose of having a heel interviewer.
He might as well, well, because you used to have like bad guy interviews when you had like the interview segments back in the day. So obviously you'd have Heenan going, "Oh, well, this is a nightmare. Can you believe this guy with his cock out in his pants or whatever he's doing? Oh, MJF, you're so good." People just shun the 1%ers or whatever he would probably said.
That's what they're going for,
okay.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't quite get there, but it's good enough, you know. MJF calls Joey Jonathan and says he won't touch it tonight, which leaves us in to the 2-year vet, as he's currently going as, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, or MJF if you want to really piss him off, versus Joey Ryan. Famous dick wrestler Joey Ryan. Do you know about the whole MJF thing?
All I know about MJF other than the stuff, because again, I only really become familiar with him through AEW.
Yeah.
All I know is that don't call him anything or even talk to him pretty much at these like signings, because he would just absolutely destroy you.
I'd quite like it, to be fair. Like, so I'd be like, "Hi, Jeff, how are you?" Be like, "All right, fatty, fuck off." You know, I'd be like, "Yeah, I love you." Anyway, so the whole thing with MJF is Excalibur used to call him MJF on commentary, and it would genuinely piss him off. So every interview, every moment, would be like, "Hey, MJF," and he'd be like, "You fucking gave him something to get angry, to get some heat about," you know. So MJF,
MFI.
Go on, you read this bit. Top line.
Unless you were deaf, blind. Sorry. Unless you were deaf, dumb, blind, and by looks at it, poor.
Such a good line. I burst out laughing at that line where he's like, you know, you're definitely blind. By the looks of it, looks around, poor. Like, fucking hell, okay.
He is the salt of the earth.
Finally, some solid heel-face dynamic with meaning and purpose and narrative. Can't ask more in pro wrestling.
Not to suggest that we don't also focus on this podcast. I'm just livid because my wife has just texted me and gone, "I'll book to Tyler come and tile the kitchen. He's coming on Saturday the 12th." And I'm like, with what money?
Oh, shit. Okay.
So please buy a t-shirt at amazon.co.uk because I need to pay for my kitchen to be tiled.
So the crowd has come alive for these two coming in the ring. Lollipop into the fan's mouth immediately, like, this is disgusting. Joey Ryan oiling up in the ring.
You take the lollipop, though.
I'm good, thanks.
I like the fact you'd be like, "I'd really like MJF to insult my physical appearance, but I wouldn't take the lollipop from another man in case it's been up someone's bottom." Oh, hang on, I see where.
So Joey Ryan immediately tells MJF to touch it. MJF screaming at the top of his lungs for the fans to shut up and to stop encouraging him. Really funny.
Best match, again, at this stage, crowd are into it because they know the two wrestlers.
Sure. Looking at the card, when I picked this show to be the one we do on the podcast, I was like, no matter how the rest of it is, we've got an MJF, Joey
Jonathan Ryan.
There you go. So at least we're going to have something to talk about that'll be funny and entertaining. You'd hope. So, and they pulled through. So Schiavone calls this vulgar, and I'm like, dude, you're meant to be putting this over. Like, that's the whole point of your job here.
Oh, maybe he's playing heel commentator.
He's crap at that if he is, because it's not enough, you know. Anyways, MJF goes for an atomic drop, lands it, and sells his leg. So big, so strong. Genius. Commentator is doing everything they can to ruin this match for me. Schiavone especially started to really piss me off. We get the most obvious, we've got to put a big edit in here moment, unfortunately. They cut to a crowd shot and some random splice of audio. Really badly blended as well. I wonder whether there was a big botch here because Joey's grabbing his wrist as they come back.
Yeah, I wonder if there's something they just replaced.
Yeah, and I can understand like wanting to cut out bits that maybe don't look people great or like bits that the wrestlers want to take out, but learn to blend your audio a bit, you know?
But it's like early 2000s WWE, if it's like around morning or lunchtime, someone's going to get a chair, turn to a picture in the crowd, someone going, huh?
Volume jumps up 10 notches, you know?
No!
It's not great.
Yeah.
So, Joey's selling his wrist. MJF going after it now. I think maybe this was planned or not planned, but they're working with it.
But again, he's a 2-year vet, so he's going to work with it.
There you go. MJF spots the lollipop on the side of the ring. Joey reverses, MJF attempting to shove it into his mouth. Lollipop into MJF's mouth. His selling is hilarious at this point.
And again, considering he's 2 years in, and I know obviously you're working with Joey Ryan, so you've got quite a bit to work with, but still, brilliant. Even the eyes, just like, amazing.
And the fact he can leave the lollipop in his mouth for what feels like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Still like, selling it while they're doing other things. It's really, really good. Weirdly, Canadian Destroyer by Joey Ryan. Where did this come from?
Oh, fucking hell. And of course, at this stage, I thought, well, this isn't going to finish a match.
Yeah, it felt unneeded, massively.
I would like people, if they do Canadian Destroyers now, to just don't bother going for a pin. Just go for like an armbar.
Excuse me. So MJF sells it like a comedy spot for about 15 seconds going,
because at this stage, Joey Ryan is still lying on his back with his legs wide open. I wonder what's possibly going to happen next.
Okay, I'm a fan of Joey Ryan. I'm a big fan of MJF. This was bad. The whole don't sell the Canadian Destroyer, but do it as like a comedy spot. It's a fucking flip pile driver.
Yeah, but because let's think of the storyline. Joey Ryan's dick is enormous, so MJF probably didn't touch the canvas with his head, so it just bounced off his wang.
Understandable. Okay, I'm sold. Let's carry on.
That's how I book Canadian Destroyers.
But seriously,
that's why I can't do them, because it knocks him out because my wang's so small.
If he's doing a flip pile driver, right, Canadian Destroyer, and MJF then immediately stands up and does a comedy sell. No, I don't want that at all in my pro wrestling. Just never.
I wonder if, though, it was just a rib on Canadian Destroyers that they did this.
Maybe, yeah.
But again, you're going to do a destroyer. If a referee can do a Canadian Destroyer and someone sells it...
Best bit about Progress the other week.
That's amazing.
Good old Chris Roberts. Love it. So, as you said, MJF falls directly into Joey Ryan's cock, destroying his face.
He had to wear the Brutus Beefcake face mask afterwards.
Joey goes for the dickplex, but the ref gets in the way for some reason. No idea why.
Pervert.
MJF pokes Joey Ryan in the eye because he's the heel. MJF locks in a sideways armbar thing. Joey taps out and still undefeated, which is apparently a gimmick that was going on here. MJF, best storytelling so far in the show.
Yep, best selling, best crowd interaction.
Some illogical nonsense and a big edit in the middle kind of ruined it a little bit, but still really fun. These two guys, I could watch wrestle all the time. Really hilarious.
Not bad. I'm happy we got something nice out of the show.
Just great characters as well.
And again, I think had we not had such a bland card, even the Canadian Destroyer into the dick spot might have been a little bit more acceptable.
Yeah, sure. I get it. It's less the spot and just the MJF selling of the spot,
Yeah. We'll just have to put science into effect here.
All right, so I've skipped a match. Let's go back a little bit. So, post-match, Joey goes for a handshake. MJF teases it, but flips off Joey into his face. Joey grabs MJF's hand, forces him to touch it. Dick flip that the commentator is calling a dongplex at this point.
I refer to it for humour in my notes as a special suplex.
There you go. But giving the fans a little bit of hey, that was fun at the end.
We know Joey Ryan. He flips people with his willy.
Exactly. Famous dick wrestler, Joey Ryan. I didn't hate it. Again, it's kind of fun.
Probably best match of the card.
Probably. So,
we then get our little plug for the MLW Podcast Network.
Oh, that's the one. So commentators doing a bit to camera where they're plugging the network.
They're podding the network.
It seems to be recorded post-show because there's lots of crowd noise here. And the audio is only in the left channel this time. I'm at least be consistent, for fuck's sake. Which is what it is. We get another MVP Stokely Hathaway segment, very similar to what we had earlier. But MVP is asked about his association with Stokely. And he just says, none, and walks off as Stokely stands behind him. Yeah. Implying there's some sort of issue between the two.
Yeah. I get the impression they've been building this up for the last few shows.
It seems to be.
A lot of approaching of, you owe me.
Yeah. There's the promos later in the night.
Yeah, which we get to. Yeah. Not to spoil it for our listeners.
But the point being that they do pay it off a little bit.
Yeah.
So this leads into our Brody King versus MVP match. Brody making his MLW debut, another guy on this show. So again, bringing in new talent, trying new things,
Yeah.
like respectable, but like maybe not great for us as podcasters watching this right now.
Yeah, and at this time for Brody King to be able to work with someone who has such a reputation as MVP.
Sure.
Really good, because
everything.
I would say on this card, at this time in 2017, MVP and Joey Ryan would be the most well-known talents on the card from a wrestling standpoint.
Yeah, probably true. I mean, you've got one other guy in the main event who we'll talk about later who's had a bit of experience, but...
He does not exist to me.
Shivani...
Starship fucking pain.
I've got a good joke about that later.
Oh, I can't wait.
So, Shivani talks over the ring announcer again. I'm like, learn your job. Learn your fucking job. MV in black and red Punisher Power Ranger onesie thing. Interesting. Doesn't seem to be part of his gimmick, but, you know, whatever. You're a fan. I get it.
I just remember MVP's original music in WWE when he comes out wearing his little jumpsuit and it just says, "I'm coming!" I was like, all right, mate.
Indeed.
It's a very tight suit. At least, I mean, Matt Riddle could wear it and he'd be a bit more acceptable to the eye. Maybe I've got Joey Ryan dong envy of Matt Riddle.
Do you notice MVP had some sort of hip pads built into his gear?
Yeah.
Yeah, like football pads, but on his hips. I wonder whether he's had an injury or just doesn't like bumping on his hips. And he's like, fuck it, I'm going to put some padding in.
Or he's been neglecting leg day.
Oh, maybe. I'd be tempted to do it. Like, you know, like drag queens have hip pads
Yeah.
to make themselves look more feminine. I thought maybe he was going for that at first, but I don't think so. Anyway, some fans chant for Brody at ringside. So MVP, being the vet he is, actually does a really good job here of cutting this is his family, let's hear my family, and the crowd pop up for it. Quick on the mic, like respectable. Nice moment. Brody takes over early, as you might expect from the giant that
from
is
the
Brody
heel,
King.
yeah.
Exactly. Brody brawl into the crowd, making a lovely looking old couple get up from their seats. And I'm like, you bastards.
Total heel action. Let the olds move.
Sure. Chair shots. No disqualification, ref. Can they do that, Joey?
Yes.
Got one in.
Got it in.
Stokely Hathaway distracts MVP by pouring one out for the homies, which I thought was going to be the finish, but it goes on for another few minutes. MVP takes a choke bomb onto a pile of chairs on the stage. MVP gets back in the ring, does a suplex, and we get a replay from the first time. Oh, we get a replay for the first time tonight. And you're like, did you just find your replay button? What's this?
Well, again, as we've said before, you know, like in old WCW, you only get one press of the button a show.
Yeah. It did fit. I don't think there was any more. There was one later with the Darby Allin spot.
Darby Allin spot, yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, 2 replays in the whole thing.
Like, if you're only going to put 2 in the show, just don't bother. Especially for like a mediocre looking suplex.
Maybe they had like a buy one, maybe they had like an extra credit on it on the app. Oh, we've got another. Let's do that. Or it was in Eric's like, you've used a replay for Darby Allin. We're going to have to get on the App Store and buy another one for 79 cents.
So MVP hits his ball-in elbow thing, but selling his back strong at this point.
Yeah.
Which didn't have much of a purpose, to be totally honest. But anyway, MVP goes for his dumb, put my leg on your neck and spin you through into a fall over, sit down.
Sorry, you mean the Playmaker?
What's that? Is that the name of the finish?
That's the name of the move, the Playmaker.
This is one of my most detested pro wrestling moves ever. It makes no logical sense at all. There's no impact.
Basically, when he was at training or when he was coming up with his MVP character, he probably did this. I need a move that's innovative, I can hit anyone, and it looks like the shit. Wow, said Fit Finlay. Have I got the shit move for you?
You see guys on the indies doing this move, and I'm like, why?
It's like when people start doing the unprettier.
Yeah,
Sorry,
sure.
the kill switch.
Yeah. Like, the guys like Juiced at least changed it up a bit, so he jumps and does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, turn it into a set of like spinning famouser.
Yeah, this put my leg over your neck and push your arm so you turn 180 degrees and gently fall onto your back. I'm like, this is lame, man. It's worse than a pump handle.
and because he was selling his back, it took double as long for a fucking pump handle slam.
For sure. So MVP goes for his dumb move. Brody reverses into a DVD Michinoku all-seeing eye driver, he calls it. I thought was quite cool.
And obviously, because it's near a Michinoku driver variation, we're only going to get a fucking 2 count, aren't we?
When MVP kicked out, I was just like, okay, good stuff.
The destroyers, drivers.
Like, you have in a DVD position, you crouch their neck and drop them headfirst onto the mat of a guy that's selling his back. Only gets to 2. But then Brody misses a springboard crossbody off the top turnbuckle. Holy shit, this guy's agile. MVP hits a running knee for the 1-2-3. Fuck this company.
I love the fact that
I'm joking, but like, you know,
that a Michinoku driver can't finish someone off but a running knee to a man who's like almost double your height.
Selling his back.
Yeah.
A massive driver thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's dumb. Anyway, so MVP is a good storyteller, but just can't keep up with this modern generation, is what I've put here. That Brody King is a great example of.
Yeah. A big man without a physique, but he's got a look. And this is the thing, actually.
Good character, good look, tattoos, hair, beard, couple of seasons in now, you know.
Which I think wrestling commentators in general need to keep away from, because WWE fell foul of this last for Monday Night Raw, where Otis, one of Heavy Machinery, the bigger lad, who now wears trunks, they pretty much were like, look how fat he is. And it's like, well, if you're going to say look how fat he is, look at fucking Joe.
Sure, yeah.
And with respect, look at Bazza Corbs.
I don't know about that. I can't talk, to be fair. But like,
well, no. But the thing is, if you're going to basically saying we've got these elite athletes and basically turn around and go, look at Fatty over here.
Yeah,
it's not great. If it's part of the gimmick, so like with Rikishi, it's like he's fat, he's dancing, he likes to wiggle his fat, wrinkly, pimply bottom around. Fine, but Otis is like, I like to dance, I like to do a caterpillar, and Jerry Lawler's like, you're fat,
What's he going to do? What's he going to do? Are you not watching the product, Joey? Jerry, sorry.
Well, evidently he doesn't. He takes his Saudi Arabia trip and it's like, yeah, this is how women should be treated.
I caught that a bit on audio. That really pissed me off, actually. I was like, Jerry, watch the fucking show if you're going to be the commentator for the flagship show.
Although, in fairness, as a commentator...
Peter Lawler, yeah.
Jesus.
Fuck him, who cares?
Because the whole thing is that, you know, sometimes in commentary you're supposed to be watching it for the first time. You're assuming that the audience are watching it for the first time. So if the audience are going, oh, what's he doing? Having Jerry Lawler go, hello, solicitors. I mean, oh, what's he doing? Maybe he wasn't even watching the ring and he was like, I'm getting sued again.
There was, I think it was Will Power liked or maybe wrote this tweet. I can't remember who it was. But I definitely remember seeing his name associated with it. Where someone put a tweet out going, when Dominic was being beat up in the ring, he's 16, right?
Yeah.
He was like, that's the first time Jerry Lawler's actually cared about a 16-year-old. Like, that's fucking great.
Oh, brilliant.
So post-match with MVP and what's
Brody
his name?
King.
Brody King, sorry. They fist bump post-match for some fucking reason. You're a heel. Why would you fist bump the guy that just beat you? Really dumb. Like, he needs to learn to cut this shit out completely.
Which he had in Villain Enterprises now.
Sure. And I know this is like, oh, we'll use the vet to get over the new guy. You don't do it like this.
No. At the end, basically go for the handshake and have Brody King
Beat the fuck out of him.
beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, exactly. Deliver the driver again 3-4 times, you know. Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Makes sense, you know.
Beat up someone's kid.
For sure. That was a great segment.
I would now like Brock Lesnar to attack Daniel Bryan's baby.
Did you catch the ref coming over and admonishing Brock going, one more time. You talk too loud, fella.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Sorry, not me.
No. The ref. So Schiavone puts it over. We cut to another commentator segment to the camera. The commentators are still talking from the previous shot in the ring. And you're like, fuck. So what's the guy's name? Rich
Buccini.
Buccini is talking over Rich Buccini.
Yeah.
As Rich Buccini is talking, and you're like, you fucked up this editing so bad on this show. Which leads us into our next match.
And at this stage, I was like, is this not the end?
Yeah, it was dragging. Remember, this is only 2 hours 40. This is not a massively long show for pro wrestling.
Yeah, but it was.
It went on a bit, but I had hope at this point because you see these two guys come to the ring, and so it's Jason Cade versus a guy we now know from AEW, Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara. Launching on their Twitter beef about cereal.
I'll get into that in a second. Sammy Guevara is also with Selena De La Renta as well, who
excellent rolling of the R's there.
Thank you very much. Is a bit of a nothingy sort of valet, to be totally honest.
Yeah,
Like, she looks good and everything. Don't get me wrong, but
in
her
comparison
involvement in the match was like, eh.
Yeah, and in comparison to when he's been valeted by Scarlett Bordeaux,
Sure,
who really gets into the manager
tag
and the
team
valet
with
role.
Scarlett Bordeaux.
Well, yeah, which we saw in AAA.
Yeah, that was funny. Them two as a tag team was genuinely hilarious.
I love
They did not give a fuck about what was happening.
Especially love the thing at the beginning where they as we said on the podcast, when they dimatoed it in front of the camera, just jumped down and said, "Yeah, we're here too."
I liked it. It was good. So,
Sammy Guevara, who you can see on AEW this evening on the Fight app, which
sure, taking on Cody in the first match.
Enter the code TAX100 to get money off your Fight subscription.
Anyway,
but the number of people who might try it now.
You never know. Who's this tax guy? And they're like, they're never going to get it back.
Oh, Michael
know.
Wall Street.
So Cade has cornrows, is wearing a black tracksuit thing, and shiny pleather tights when he takes off his tracksuit.
Oh, hi, Maverick Mayhew.
Yeah. And a million other indie wrestlers.
Yeah.
Pretty generic look.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
But
he can work. He's pretty good in this match, but...
The 3 count died in 1999.
Yeah, you need something more nowadays. You need to get your gimmick over. He needs to be noticed. And there's probably a reason why I've not heard this guy's name since this time.
No. When I first saw this name come up, all I thought was, oh, Lance Cade. He could have been really good.
Yeah, sure, man. Bit of a stiff bastard, apparently, but, who knows?
Needs to be.
Maybe. So Sammy coming out to dubstep, purple t-shirt, black trunks and pink trim, sleeveless hoodie. His trunks even got like a little diamond shape on the side that comes down to his knee. That's how you get over, mate. That's how you get noticed.
Yep, well done, Sammy.
Absolutely, mate. So Schiavone puts over that Sammy has our boy Conan's endorsement.
Yep.
Great. I love Conan, but yeah, it works. It's cool. Sammy playing up the obnoxious heel, and they jump into this milk first, cereal first chant. Commentators put over that this is a Twitter feud, and then proceed to shit all over it for the rest of the match. Maybe rightly so, but again, you're the commentators for a pro wrestling show. If this is the story, you're meant to explain the story. You're meant to get the story over. You're not meant to shit all over it.
Also, what's nice here is that the fans paid attention to a Twitter story.
Exactly.
And were interacting with the match.
As shit as the idea is, this is a feud about cereal. Imagine this is on Raw or AEW. We'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Well, maybe not if it was on Raw.
But we wouldn't enjoy it. We'd think this is dumb, But they've made the crowd care. They've got it over.
You're talking about the same... You're saying, we wouldn't look out of place on Raw. You're talking about the same company who had the Edge versus Booker T. We've got the Japanese shampoo commercial thing with the Homer Simpson cereal box thing.
Yeah, that was a while ago now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so fast start. These boys do some lucha. Dive, 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 dive to the outside. You think after 3 dives you'd learn to step to the side when the guy's running at you?
Oh no, dive.
Yeah, there's not much logic here, but at least they're putting on some action.
Good authority. This is Randy Orton's favourite match of the night.
So commentators continue to shit on the Twitter cereal feud as the match goes on. This is where the technical wrestling goes spots scattered in between high spots, which drives me crazy. I hate it. Why are you doing the technical wrestling bit suddenly for no reason at all?
Because the high spots is quite knackering.
I was going to say, is this the rest spots, which I said I would never complain ever again about after episode 50 recording.
Yeah.
Which you can see in a couple of weeks on YouTube. And we're going to do an audio accompaniment to it.
Oh,
so.
I cannot wait.
Anyway, so both lads are super talented, but yeah, this match again hasn't got a great deal of meaning, but at least it is heel face.
Yeah.
Double down. Know you love it.
Well, knackered, isn't it? Been doing high spots.
Forearm exchange. Milk first. Cereal first. Milk first. Cereal first.
I mean, let's all be honest. It is cereal first.
I was about to say what you're talking about, but yes, absolutely. Cereal first.
Worst thing is I've got my notes on the iPhone. Sorry. Because the iPhone where it said cereal first is it thought Siri was turned on. It's what can I fucking do?
There's a moment in this thing where one of the fans, I don't know if you caught it, shouts out, "How do you know how much milk you need?" I was like, that's the best thing of the whole show. I laughed so much because he's got a fucking great point. Anyway, so both lads start to chase the finish. Huge shooting star from Sammy gets a 2. Sammy starts to argue with the ref and loses his momentum. And I'm like, okay, so we're putting the other guy over. No, Sammy goes up for the speakers behind the ring post to run and jump into the ring, but gets a super kick by Cade. Stomps, super kicks, reverse runners, the usual kind of work rate spots you'd imagine to see on an indie show. Cade looks to have Sammy pinned.
Finally, valet interaction!
Finally, something going on. Heel Selena on the outside, his valet, pulls Sammy's foot onto the ropes, stops the fall. Cade goes to confront her. Sammy pins Cade, both feet on the ropes. 1, 2, 3. Your winner is Sammy Guevara. It was okay. Makes sense.
Heel finish. Yeah.
Sure.
Dirty finish needed to protect everyone.
Yeah.
High spotter-rama.
Ish.
But so in fairness, we hadn't had many high spots in this card, so not out of place.
Yeah, sure. A few big drivers, a few things brawling in the crowd and stuff earlier in the night with MVP and
this should have opened the card.
Brody King. There you go.
This should have opened the card.
Oh, sure, I agree with that. But I think they're trying to create stars. They want to give them precedent higher up on the card and such.
And this is why Sammy Guevara is going to be opening AEW tonight with Cody Rhodes.
Sure, absolutely.
Sorry, Cody, don't call him Rhodes.
I think Cody said a thing the other day where he was allowed to use
of course
Cody
it's his name.
Yeah, you would have thought you'd use it.
I wonder if he's still just a case of I don't need my family name to make a success.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's why he's opening with Sammy.
Like Cher or Elvis or something in his one name,
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
and again, based on marketing budget, cheaper, because less letters.
Fair point. So another MVP Stokely Hathaway segment. Stokely says, consequences are a motherfucker. And I'm like, there goes the YouTube monetization. Shane Strickland video package now, talking about the whole thing with Darby and Jimmy attacking him on the previous show. So Shane Strickland beat Ricochet in a respect sort of match previously.
Respect without the T.
That's the one, mate. R-E-S-P-E-C. Yeah, the little bit of OCD inside, which is like, you son of a bitch.
There you go.
Thank you very much. So a really nicely produced segment, to be fair. Darby and Jimmy attacked Rico post-match, then attacked Strickland too. Quotes from all three lads involved over the decently shot footage with lots of old kind of film effects over the top. A little cheesy, but it's pro wrestling. That's cool.
Really glad he's gone to NXT. It's now known as, like, is it Isaiah Swerve
Is that his
something?
name now?
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Come
Could
on,
be worse.
Swerve.
Yeah, that's his gimmick at this point. His nickname is Swerve Shane Strickland or Strickland or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so our main event of the evening is a no disqualification tag team match
Featuring 50% of my hated wrestlers.
of the heels of Darby Allin and Jimmy Havoc.
I believe that
versus-
he goes by the name of Jimmy Flipping Havoc.
There you go. Versus, he definitely is fucking Havoc. It's all good. But have you seen I think I talked about this, the clip where he was wrestling, I think it was DDT in Japan, and he gets announced? Jimmy Havoc? No?
Yeah.
So and if you don't know, they were told to write down how you want to be announced, and he wrote Jimmy fucking Havoc. So it's like, Jimmy fucking Havoc. Like, that's fucking great. So there's a no DQ match of Darby Allin and Jimmy Havoc versus Shane Strickland and Johnny Nitro, Impact, Johnny
Blaze.
Lucha, Hennigan.
John Hennigan, his real name.
I didn't know that was his last name until watching this show.
Tough Enough 3's finest.
Yeah,
John
sure.
Hennigan.
One of your favourites, mate.
I'm so glad he has signed back for WWE.
Has he?
Another reason to keep watching the product.
Has he actually?
Yeah, that's the online rumours that he has re-signed.
They're signing everyone. Just keep away from AEW, aren't they?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. If they were going to do that, just sign Tyler Valkyrie and fucking send Mundo to main event and have Tyler Valkyrie wrestle really good stuff.
Role reversal.
Yeah.
Johnny can be the valet. You know?
Basically be Stevie Richards to Victoria.
There you go. So Darby has a Strickland face mask as he comes out. It's a nice inventive moment.
Yeah.
No, not into it at all?
Nope.
All right, we'll go through it and then we can chat about it. So Nitro has some lovely sparkly pleather tights.
Johnny fucking Nitro.
The heels jump Nitro early before Strickland can get in the ring.
What bastards?
There's this really weird shot, which is like a shot on a low shutter speed of the crowd. And it's just like, dug, 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 dug. I don't know why they put this in here.
Do you think that was when they were trying to do like Mundo's entrance? When in like WWE had like the really slow, the slow thing where they try and do something with his entrance, but didn't change the effects when they got attacked. Possibly.
I don't know why you'd leave this in an edit.
Well, they left some of the other botches in the edit.
Yeah.
Do you think
sure.
everyone got bored watching the edit and after an hour and a half was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm sure it's fine?
I skipped over a lot of stuff, but there's moments where they dub in this kind of weird, terrible, loud audio. That's obviously trying to enhance moments in the match,
Yeah.
but it's just terrible.
All
It's
it did was
way
peak
too
me having
loud.
to raise and lower the volume of my TV.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. It's obviously audio from the cameras rather than whatever audio recording gear they were using. And you can see why they're doing it. They're trying to emphasize the big spots in the match, but it happens way too many times. in this one.
Oh!
It's a production problem, for
Yeah.
sure. So, Tax already covered one corner of
Hang
the
on, I
ring.
wasn't there.
TACS.
You mean drawing pins?
That's the one, sorry. Strickland runs in from the wrong side of the building. I'm like, what, why? Okay,
Hot dog
fine.
wagon.
Maybe he's getting a hot dog out the back. Darby Allin takes the tack bump early. Nitro powerbombs Havoc onto Darby Allin, who goes face first into the tacks. And, sorry, the drawing pins.
You do realise now I'm going to create a t-shirt that says thumbtacks.
That's fucking great. Darby has two of these drawing pins in his upper lip. I'm like, ugh, that's disgusting.
I mean, you definitely do these spots for 250 people.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's an element to be said about like, yeah, you stick to your style no matter whether it's 1,000 people or 50 people, you still do what you do and you enjoy. But
I mean, I know it's going to sound stupid. I don't think I'd ever enjoy having drawing pins shoved through my lip.
can you appreciate why someone would?
They have weird sexual fantasies.
Maybe.
BDSM stuff, maybe.
Sure. Like, you know, I don't know. Jimmy Havoc talks a lot about it, about like, you know, you don't have to watch my matches. It's what I like to do in the ring and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, if that's what they like to do, that's fine. But I could never be in a ring and someone goes, "Can I do this spot where I stamp your face into some drawing pins?"
Fuck off.
I'd be like, "Of course you can, Voltage. Wait to see what fucking happens afterwards." In fairness, I'd love to see Voltage get like drawing pins and slam someone into it.
You and Voltage in a death match. I'd pay to see that in a million fucking yeah.
I mean, if anyone would like to see me and Jack Voltage in a death match, I mean, in fairness, I'm not going to try and get myself over, but if you want to see me and Will Power go in the reindeer games, fuck me. Someone needs to book that for a Christmas show.
scpw.co.uk. Check them out. Greatest promotion in the southeast of England. Absolutely love it. So editing goes all out of sync for about 10 seconds out of sync. It's pretty
really bad.
A couple of unprotected shit. I mean, I'm skipping over it, but it lasts a long time as well.
Yeah.
You see spots happening and there's no audio accompanying it. Like Jimmy does the slap against the hand. They slap the hand against the ring post from missing the punch, and there's no noise. You're like, oh, that ruined that spot. Good job, boys. So a couple of unprotected shots to the head with baking trays, etc. Jimmy starts to do his usual stick of stapling paper to Strickland and such. Another really weird bunch of audio spliced in. It's like 30 dB louder, and it's just,
As he was stapling, you could hear Tony Schiavone in commentary just go, oh. You could hear him groan.
Yeah. Schiavone has this line after the staple gun, and a chair is a kind of a disappointment to me, and I'm like, dude, put it over. Like, I know that, yes, a staple gun is more gross to watch than someone using a chair in pro wrestling.
But then after the staple gun, then because the quote was like, Tony Schiavone, what am I watching?
Yeah. I don't know. I've skipped over a lot of the Schiavone stuff because I didn't want to spend a whole podcast complaining about it, but he's shit on this.
It was awful.
Really bad. If he's anything like this for AEW, I don't think I can watch it week to week.
Which will be a big telltale sign.
Yeah.
Because you've seen they've already done it with Mahrez, and they've got rid of him on commentary.
Yeah.
They genuinely do tend to listen to the feedback. And similarly what they've done with ITV. But if Tony Schiavone's going to be knocking around, if he's a backstage interviewer, bring back like Scott Hudson, because he was pale indifference, and at least he didn't annoy me, other than his pale indifference.
I think he annoyed me as much as Schiavone, to be honest, but whatever. So Jimmy does the paper cuts, which is a lovely, relatable spot. I like it. It works for me.
Everyone loves a good paper cut.
The reaction it gets is huge, you know? But like, it's nice and safe as well.
Yeah, but
it's not actually doing it, obviously.
In fairness, though, if it was going against Nitro, I'd be like, oops.
Sorry, Johnny.
I'm Jimmy fucking Havoc. I can do what I want.
So Nitro takes the thumbtacks in the mouth punch spot, which I was like, respect for actually taking that. Nitro does the Tajiri Ishimori sliding German suplex to both Havoc and Darby at the same time. Probably spot of the night.
Yep. Well, yeah, that and or the handspring moonsault.
Sure. That's really nice as well. Nitro does parkour. The reaction on your face. Yes, got it. So another massive audio change. Strickland does a double stomp thing.
Only because the audio guy died after watching fucking Mundo Blaze do parkour. Starship Pain, motherfucker!
So there's quite a nice dramatic spot here where Strickland does like an arm snapper, like Penta's thing, but with a stomp to Darby Allin. There's this huge crack sound as it happens. It's obviously someone clapping or whatever.
But it really adds to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, that works. Like leg slaps can get really fucking annoying in pro wrestling, but for the moment, like perfect.
Yeah, but what you didn't see was actually Jimmy Havoc in the back just going, oh shit. Nailed it.
I think it was someone. It didn't look like it was Strickland or Darby. I didn't catch it because they had their back to cameras, which again was a bit of a mistake.
Yeah.
Work the hard cam boys, but still. So Darby runs off, leaving Havoc to get beat up by Strickland and Major League Johnny Wrestling. I'm trying to think of different nicknames as we go. So another massive audio chain for Strickland, giving Havoc a Death Valley driver from the hardest part of the ring to the outside. Got it in. Star Shitty Pain by Johnny's Shiny Trousers Nitro.
I wonder if he ever decided to score into like Johnny hashtag or Johnny.
Only gets a 2. Apparently it's not his finish anymore. Havoc goes, lads, like begging off in the most British way possible. Goes for a double low blow on the two faces. Havoc's like, I'm sorry, and then gets stereo super kicks for his troubles.
Cheers, Johnny Mundo.
And then a wild Darby Allin appears after like selling in the back for like 5 minutes.
Well, he was trying to find the stairwell to get up to the balcony.
He dives off the balcony in inverted commas. It's 10-15 foot above the ring. It's not like New Jack balcony, is it?
Yeah, it's still not a balcony I'd like to jump off.
No, sure. Like respect for the
especially
crazy
what
stunts.
happens.
Yeah, sure. Like I wouldn't personally want to do it, but when we say a balcony dive, people I think envision 20-30 foot in the air.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he dives off the balcony doing the coffin drop with the chair taped to his back. The chair immediately falls off, and I was like, it kind of worked. It was pretty good. More massive audio changes. Blah, 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 blah.
Second replay of the night.
Oh, yeah, for that. Yeah, for that spot. The face is almost instantly back in control after this like dramatic spot, which I think was a bit of a shame. You know, sell the guy jumping off the balcony, maybe.
But in fairness, you just shit all over it. It's only 10 foot. so Strickland and like Nitro are doing this. It's only 10 foot.
But again, that's the magic of pro wrestling.
And his chair fell
Make
off.
stuff believable that maybe isn't believable.
But his chair fell off.
There's that. So both up top. Priscilla Kelly, I mean, someone that comes from down, shoves Johnny Molina fucker off the top rope.
No, that's Batista.
Yeah! Heel slams Strickland off the top through a table in the ring. Havoc hits the Rainmaker with a chain. Super safe, to be fair.
The Chainmaker?
There you go. Very nice. But Jimmy does a really good job of making sure he doesn't actually smack Strickland in the face here. Again, he's a genuinely good human being, it seems like.
Good with weapons. I mean, he didn't take off Haskins' head with an axe. Didn't take off anyone's head with a chain.
For the 1, 2, 3. And our winners of our main event are Jimmy Havoc and Darby Allin.
At 18 minutes and 49 seconds. That went a lot longer than it needed to.
I didn't hate it, but yeah.
I think by this time, because I watched this show in one run, by the end of this, I was like, I am tired. I want to go to bed.
Me too, yeah. I watched it all last night. And I was hoping for more. Definitely hoping for more.
Yeah.
There's a few little bits post-match. So ring announcer goes, ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners. Darby Allin and the King of Goths. Priscilla Kelly's really hot. He forgets Jimmy Havoc's name.
Yeah, well, he's the King of Goths.
Bad form. Poor form. Write your notes, dickhead.
Although I was pretty sure that was Noel Fielding.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Didn't you hang out with him at one point?
I did, yeah.
All right, let's talk about this, because fuck this show.
No, okay, we'll do that and then we'll get to the finish of the show. Okay, let's do the Noel Fielding thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did this happen? Because you told a story on the Super Quiz Cup where you would... Well, I don't know whether it was even true, because it wasn't one of your true stories, was it?
Was this when I was dating Boots?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when
I don't know how much it was true and how much it wasn't true, because obviously it was a lie on the Super Quiz Cup.
Yeah, the dating of Boots was true, because that was where she dumped me for watching WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, what is
was that real?
No.
Okay.
No.
So how did you end up dating this DJ, I want to say?
Yeah.
And hanging out with people like Noel Fielding and stuff and all this sort of bollocks.
So that was my friend, my flatmate at the time, was friends with a chap called Christian, who was...
Where were you living?
In Canterbury.
Oh, okay.
So I was in Wincheap in Canterbury.
Nice.
He had a friend who was living up in London who had started to date Sadie Frost. Despite her being like 20 years his elder.
Okay, yeah. I know the name. I can't picture her face for some reason.
But obviously Sadie Frost hung around with quite a lot of the young'un celebrities like the Lily Allens, and you've got Doherty knocking around in there, Noel Fielding.
Good old smackhead Doherty.
Yeah.
Go on.
Local restaurant and hotel owner in Margate, Pete Doherty.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Started setting up a recording studio and a music venue in Margate.
Fair enough.
And Boots was there one evening, and she was obviously I had an amazing combination of beauty and low self-esteem, and was like, right.
I've been meaning to ask you about this for like a year and a half now, so yeah, it's great.
But so that's how I met Boots.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Noel Fielding thing is there was one time that obviously they were out, and he was like, quite fancy going for a Wagamama's. And I was like, oh, I'm quite hungry too. And he was like, do you want to come? And I was like,
Wait. You've skipped over the whole meeting Noel Fielding for the first time. How does that happen?
oh, he's just there.
What do you mean he was just there? Where were you? How did it happen? Like, tell me the story.
In a London club. This is the whole VIP thing.
Okay.
So obviously with all the celebrities, they've got their own little VIP section.
Right.
And because we were with the band as well, with all the celebrities, we were in the VIP section.
Okay.
Which my flatmate at the time was loving, because obviously everyone thought he was a big deal. Whereas I was very much like, that blonde girl's pretty hot. Oh, that's Noel Fielding. Oh, no. All right.
Cool. Nice. Good to know, man.
Little did I know that years from now, Noel Fielding would go on to be quite a top superstar and host a baking program, and I host a wrestling podcast with you.
Oh, these things happen, man. Like, yeah, that's interesting. I've been meaning to literally ask you about that since you told the story.
There is a picture, not on the Tex Williams Facebook, on my private Facebook, of when me and Noel Fielding were sat down. Someone took a picture of us having our Wagamama's together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good times, man. That's not so bad.
When I had hair. That's how long ago it was.
All right, let's jump into the end of this. So we get some replays of the big spots.
Why
in the
is my
match.
personal life more exciting than the fucking MLW show? But luckily, this end segment can save it.
So Darby, Havoc, and not Priscilla, stand tall in the ring to end the show.
I got some kind of tombstone boner.
Totally would. Fade to black, MLW logo.
But wait, there's more.
We cut to a Stokely Hathaway presser. Do you want to describe this presser?
Shit.
The one-word description for the win. So there's a person with a microphone.
Basically, so many iPhones just hung in front of someone's face.
But you know how, like in football conferences, they hold their phones like this,
With
so
the
microphone
microphone.
towards the person. They're all holding them with the speaker towards her Stokely, and they're like, "Come on, boys!" Like, yeah, it's poor.
So I've got a special iPhone. It can record from the headphone jack.
I mean, I know it would pick it up anyway, but still, like, you know, you want to make it seem like a real press conference.
Even when we did Media for Progress, at least people who couldn't be bothered to bring proper equipment are holding their phones with the speakers towards it. So even
Sure,
half the
microphones,
other fucking fuckwit podwits that were there.
The thing I always find funny about this thing is people turn up with their shoulder rigs with all their lights and shit. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be lit okay. But anyway, let's just carry on. So Darby, Havoc, and Priscilla stand tall in the ring. We cut to Stokely Hathaway. Essentially, Stokely has MVP under contract and owes Stokely a debt. MVP will wrestle Loki in the future.
Yeah.
And then the screen doesn't quite fade to black because the editor's not very good.
Yeah. So the whole story behind this is that Stokely was the one who negotiated all of MVP's contracts when he was out of prison. Because everyone loves drumming that down it now. Do you know MVP? Did you know that MVP was in prison?
Yeah.
For 9 years?
Yeah.
Interesting. If you want to hear about MVP's prison career, there's actually a Where Are They Now on the WWE Network this week that features him and Kelly in the same episode because they clearly didn't have enough material to do one episode for either of them.
Damn. Okay, cool.
MLW.
So,
Well, in fairness, because the show was so relatively new, I think that what MLW do now with MLW Fusion as their weekly TV is obviously, as they learn as they go on, much better quality than what we've seen here. I think they've got more established storylines now through what people have said about MLW. But this show, I mean, it's amazing that they put this as their free show, this long show on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because, yes, it's had a lot of views. It's had a lot of positive thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
But if this was like you're going to give away a 3-hour special,
I think most, if not all, their stuff is on YouTube. To be fair. So it just happens to be the one that if you search for full wrestling shows, it pops up quickly.
Everyone loves SEO.
What? Sorry?
Search engine optimization.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wrestling match free. Well, here we go.
Yeah, it's with the quality of the people on the card and the history of the promotion and the guy booking it and the quality of the production and everything else, like cameras and set and such. I expected a significantly better show than this.
Visually, very pleasing.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah. Audio-wise, pants, commentary, terrible. In-ring, very little to write home about.
Sure. Rating?
2 cornflakes.
Yeah, I'm about it too. I'm almost on the verge of a 1. There's very little to write home about here.
I'm going 2 cornflakes purely for the opening packages, like the presentation, the actual video packages, and the packages for the main event.
Yeah.
The production values pushed it up. I mean, again, we don't do half cornflakes, but I'm being generous today.
Okay. There's really nothing else I want to say about this show, unfortunately.
No. So, 2 cornflakes. So, moving on, next week we are going to be covering an episode of Monday Night Raw, which was recommended to us, Nick, through our Facebook page. So, thanks
Cheers,
very
buddy.
much for recommending that, Nick. We hope we'll do it justice for you next week.
It's a company in the time period we both kind of love, so it should be fun.
Yeah, so that episode is from 1993. Are we going to tell people what episode it is? We're going to wait for them to find out.
Oh, wait till we find out next week. We'll
Okay.
announce it on Twitter probably beforehand, but yeah, it's all good.
But more importantly, similar to what Nick's done, please recommend us your shows. We've got quite a few lined up going into like the 50s, obviously. So next week's episode 49. Followed on from that, we're going to have our YouTube and our own watch along of our wonderful video production by yourself.
Episode 50, it's going to be fun. We do wrestling.
Episode 51, we have a guest. We've got Silas Roth coming on to do an OTT show.
Yep. 51 or 52, depending on what dates he can do. But
Yep.
yeah.
And then we're also going to follow that up with a Riptide show.
Yes, there we are. Yeah, had a really nice interaction with the guys from Riptide. Like
From Josh from Riptide.
Yeah, I bought to explain quickly. To put them over, basically, is I bought a ticket to one of their shows, and now I can't do it because of work, and obviously they can't refund it for me. But they're gonna give me a code to watch their show for free online, and they're gonna hopefully credit me with something for a future show as well. And that's all I can possibly ask for the guys. So absolutely much respect to those guys.
Yeah.
Really, really helped us out.
Above and beyond, I think that is because like a lot of promotion be like tough shit.
Yeah, sure.
Did I ever tell you about this company in the UK who like had an affiliation with China who haven't paid any of their guys' tickets money back? Hang on, why do I never get booked?
WorldOfWrestlingPodcast.com is the best place to find all the links to the podcast. We should do a whole expose documentary about that. We really fucking should.
I think I'd get sued.
All right, fair enough. World of Rest Pod on Twitter. You can find me at Fanboy Rich on Twitter and Instagram.
You find me at the Tax Williams on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, if you want to get yourself some sweet wrestling apparel, 1310 apparel, use the code TAX100 to get 10% off at checkout. Like us on our own podcast, World of Rest Pod. Buy a t-shirt on Amazon.co.uk. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. We're available on, obviously you're listening to on your podcast app of choice. We're on Acast, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on anywhere you want. If we're not on your podcast app of choice, let us know. Interact with us on social media. We want to give you a show that you guys want to listen to.
Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.